Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on back to From the Sidelines. We are back again with another episode, number 121 tonight. No guests, just the boys, but that's okay because we've got a lot that we still need to recap from the World Cup event. Plus, there's a lot of exciting things in the background that's been going on the last 2 weeks. So we'll jump into all of that here very shortly. But before we do that, we got to bring in our co-host, Stephen Hatch, our first co-host tonight. Been here since the beginning. How are you doing, man?
Oh, man, dude. It feels good. It feels good knowing that we're not just going to have completely effed audio, right before 30 seconds, right? YouTube, yeah, love you. But
we're gonna have great audio tonight, but
yeah, exactly. So we're here with blessed audio. Thank you guys for dealing with last week's episode. That must have been a pain.
Yeah, no, it sounded a lot better when we were recording, and, well, the old man got us, all right? Machine Gun Mike got his one. The prank that he was trying to get in the whole episode was fucking over the episode. So, yeah, appreciate you, Mike. Let's bring in his son. How did you feel personally when he attacked you like that, Brandon?
Honestly, I don't know where we found that guy. I don't claim him to be my dad. I mean, he's Hatch's dad, clearly, if you guys saw the video.
More my dad than yours now.
Yeah, I don't know. Some homeless man is, I don't know, whatever. Don't claim him. But
sounded like a cool stockbroker from '08 on his Bluetooth headset. It was great.
Wow,
he looked like it too with the headset on, the little mouthpiece. Looked honestly like. Why you redeem it? Why you redeem it? Yeah, those videos scout the scammers.
Okay, he's not Indian, so no, he didn't look like that at all, actually. There's no similarities there. But with that amazing transition, guys, we got to talk about our sponsors. They're going to love that. Liquid IV, especially, liquidiv.com. Head on over to liquidiv.com. Use promo code MAFIA_Moffitt. Check out all their great options that they have available. They got the sugar formula. They got the sugar-free formula. Depending on what you're looking for, they got it for you. It's a hydration multiplier. Throw it in a water bottle when you're out at the field or just wherever in your life you need hydration. It's going to take care of you, get you hydrated faster than just water alone. It's a great product. We love it. Some of my favorite flavors, the Bomb Pot, the Rainbow Sherbet, the Lemon Lime, Golden Cherry. Those are all great choices. You can go pick them up at liquidiv.com. Promo code Mafia_Moffitt for 20% off and free shipping. Thank you to Liquid IV for supporting the show. Let's keep it moving. NECTR Energy. I did already have to throw one of these in tonight. I was dragging ass as we got into this call, but it's starting to bring me back to life. NECTR.energy, that's the name for it. That's the website you can head over to. It's the awesome little energy pouch. It looks kind of similar to like a Zyn, tobacco pouch, something along those lines. But the big difference is there is no nicotine or tobacco in this product. Just caffeine and a neurotropic to keep you, get you boosted up, get you energized, get you focused back to where you need to be if you're hauling through your day. They're a great product. Always use them for the pod. Love it. Keeps us energized here. We love NECTR Energy. Go use our promo code MafiaProductions over at NECTR Energy. Just all one word, Mafia Productions. You're going to get buy two, get one free. So throw 3 cans in your cart. You're going to get one for free. It's a great deal to try it out, see which flavors you like. And yeah, you can grab the ones that get you going through your day. Thank you to NECTR Energy one more time. And moving forward to our last sponsor tonight, Welts Clothing. Brandon, you're finally getting to wear your Welts Clothing sweatshirt. I know you've been holding on to that one for a while.
I know. It's really great. It's really big, thick, and heavy. And coming back from Florida, it's so nice. So comfy.
Is that the one you did the photo in that you posted last Welts Wednesday or something like that?
This at World Cup, I did. This sweater, that hat. Yep, Michelle took that.
That was
great.
A beautiful photo for sure.
And the apparel, and the apparel was made by our great sponsor, Welts Clothing. Code over there is FTS. They do a lot of limited edition apparel drops. Every first Wednesday of the month is Welts Wednesday, where they drop something limited edition. Could be hats, could be shirts, could be straps. They've had a couple of those drops this year. Always new options over there, as well as their current stock that they hold all throughout the year at weltsclothing.com. Promo code FTS. Save yourself some money at checkout and go grab some limited edition apparel. That's also supporting some cool guys in paintball. We appreciate their support on the pod for tonight. All right, gentlemen. That's the sponsors. You were talking there, and I think that's a good jumping off point. Michelle's coming for my job, bro. Dude. I saw that. She's trying to become a photographer, I see.
Definitely.
Yeah. She's
she could take it, honestly.
Yeah, she's been talking about it for I want to say maybe 2 years or so, honestly, about taking pictures, but just finally, I don't know. I don't know. She really wanted the camera for going to World Cup and taking pictures, because she's tried her best in our pits and everything, trying to take pictures and videos of like us in a huddle or whatnot. But no, finally bit the bullet, bought a camera, asked you, Ryan, what you recommended.
And I saw you guys did go with the Sony. Good choice. Which one did you grab? The 64 series, or was it the...
we did that. Was it AX? Yep, 6400.
6400. Okay, yeah, great little starter camera. Those things are awesome. They've got some high-end features in them, but, you know, some stuff that's like, hey, I need a camera to learn how to take photos. Boom.
Yeah.
That'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so for a non-photographer like myself, how many bones that set you back? Realistically.
Bones?
You know what I'm saying?
I think he's
in
selling
bucks.
dollars.
Yeah.
Or American doll hairs.
Yeah, I think
Hairs, yeah.
I think we spent 1,000 on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And you know, we were looking at stuff, other series. You recommended something else, Ryan. Blanking on another Sony, like another version or whatnot.
I think I was like, I mean, because you can always try to find some of the older, like the flagship series is like the A7 series, and now we're up to like Mark IV, Mark III. But there's chances that you could find like A7 Mark II, which was the best of the best in 2018, and it's still great today. But it's just, you know, it doesn't have like the newest autofocus and all those things, and you can find those marked down. I mean, pretty quite well. I've seen them go for, you know, $500 to $700 depending on condition. But yeah, it all depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, some of the newer autofocus stuff, you know, that's kind of the nice thing when you get updated cameras. It's got all the updated software and stuff in it, because that shit really does update every year. People think it's just like if you grab a camera, you click. No, there's so much software and processing going on in it. I mean, my camera legitimately has a fan that's built into it to cool the processor down because it's doing that much work actively. It's a small computer, exactly.
You know,
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. She was looking at other cameras, used cameras, as you just said, but settled on this because it's brand new. Let's if we're gonna put X amount, you know, just several $100s into it, let's just get something brand new, and we'll learn from the ground up. Spend a little extra, and you know what was funny at World Cup? So after Fit 1, Ryan, you know, we met up as we were walking, and we had you take a picture of us.
Yeah,
and we've handed the camera to a couple other people the weekends prior to that, and do this, click this to focus, and then, you know, snap the shot. And I handed it over to you, and like I instantly, like, went to go say, I was like, this motherfucker is the one that told me about this. He knows what he's doing.
I was good. That's
yeah,
funny you bring that up, 'cause,
like I can see you doing the settings, and they took a picture. It's like, that's a good shot. Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you guys. We found a good background. I know you guys were, looking for a shot together all weekend. But yeah, that did make me laugh because you just handed it to me with trust. And I guess now looking back on it, like, that is a weird situation. But yeah, it's so funny how you naturally were like, yeah, he knows what the fuck he's doing. I trust him. Like,
Yeah, it's cool seeing Michelle learn it because she took a picture of me and Tegan outside of the NXO, where it's like the entrance to the semi-pro pits, and it was really, really cool photo, and it's really awesome to see how in depth she's getting when it comes to editing. She's like, oh, I got to send these over to my phone and get them all. So it's really cool seeing her like develop that
like,
want for a hobby.
Yeah, she's going balls deep, I guess. Yeah, into it. Like everything.
Labia deep.
Yeah.
well, that's
like that.
okay. That's kind of weird.
Is that not what the equivalent would be?
It's like a lesbian term.
Like that.
My god! Oh my god!
All right, left or right? Who would? No, I'm not gonna finish that. No, but fuck. We were talking about cameras and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So next evolution or next piece of equipment she's gonna need to edit these photos is a computer, Brandon.
Dude, I know she's trying her best on her old Apple laptop and a little bit on her phone, but I know
she's already getting annoyed, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yep.
We got the whatever she's using on my laptop, but even then it's we're gonna need a computer.
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, you need something that works for it.
Maybe something that can also run some games. I don't know.
Yeah, if it just happens to be a Windows machine, which is just a little cheaper too. So
yeah, two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude!
You guys are brothers. God damn it.
Definitely. Same
But
dad.
yeah, so good to see that. I'm glad that Michelle's she's gotten into the hobby a little bit. I mean, yeah, it'll bite you, and then you're obsessed and like, I want to get better at doing this thing. How do these people make their photos look like that? And
yeah, she's looking. She really is looking, doing her research, and
a lot of YouTube.
she and she likes setting up the shot for someone, right? And I've taken some pictures when they were playing their all their games on Saturday. I had the camera the whole time in the pit.
Dude, you looked like the dad, man. It was
fanny
It was
pack.
kind of a good look for you.
Bucket
Camera
hat.
over
You
me.
looked like the
bucket
Disney
hat,
dad almost, yeah.
Sunglass, yeah. I'm
Honestly,
not a
looked
dad
like
yet. God
Sacramento
damn it.
Storm's #1 fan,
Yeah, I'm taking
without a
pictures,
doubt.
God.
Honestly, they have a huge fan base. No joke.
Well,
Bigger than any amateur WNXL I've ever seen, for sure.
I mean, it's all of us, absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
It's just DMG.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But I like taking the picture, like candid pictures. I don't know. I always like that. It's cool. You're in the moment. It captures that moment.
Yeah. And it always sucks when you're taking those and then they look at the camera and like make it and you ruin it. Brandon.
Yeah. Bitch.
You've done that to me so many times, brother.
Have I? Oh, sorry.
Except one of the best shots I think I've ever got of you was you like dramatically looking over at the camera at me. I used it in that
My
reel where I
Chemical
put in your
Romance
dad.
one, right?
Yeah, I put your dad's footage
yeah.
in there too.
I remember. And it's funny how I just knew exactly which clip you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
But
just so dramatic looking, so dark.
It's funny you say that with all the photos and the candid photos, because I like seeing whenever I'm in the impact pit and stuff like that, and I don't really know every single media guy, but they come in
Blasphemy,
and
bro. You gotta learn.
more film, right? Where it's like they're you know what I'm saying? Where they put the thumb over it and shit. I don't know what that's called.
Film as a whole is coming back in paintball media. One of the guys,
Absolutely.
Nigel, did it in Vegas this year. 88 Film. He's amazing at it. And so we started to see more and more like guys start to pick it up through event. I know Philip with Hormesis was doing it for Gap Paintball as well this last event. Nigel was also shooting film. I think there was like a couple more guys out there. Yeah, dude, I love that film's coming back. It's it's such a interesting and unique look that like can't really. I mean, digital, it gets close, but yeah, it's not the same.
It's cool seeing all of the them taking a photo, and then I'm like, man, I wonder what that photo is going to end up looking like with the way the lighting is, with the way it affects
Could
film.
be shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It could, exactly.
Yeah.
It could be. You don't know until
That's why
it's
film's
literally
so
in development.
hard.
So I'm really excited for the results of all those photos.
Was
Film
Frazier-
is essentially educated guess and check. It's kind of like, all right, this should be right. I'm gonna look and see if it is in 2 weeks. And it's like it's really, yeah, you gotta know your shit. You gotta be a good photographer to successfully take film.
What you're saying something, Brandon, about Alex Frazier?
Was Frazier? Did he have a film camera? Runner, because he had
I think
like
so.
a little camera, but he was like getting down low and everything.
I think he's using a digital camera. I think it's a Leica. Okay. It's meant to be like the same form factor as like the old school film cameras. That's what Leica's known for with a lot of their cameras. But their sensors that's an expensive camera, I want to say.
Okay.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, they're like $4,000 plus.
How do you? Oh, geez. How do you spell it?
Leica, Leica. They make some of the best lenses in the world. They're very good at putting pieces of glass together.
Putting pieces of glass together.
I like
Holy
That's what a
shit,
lens
dude.
is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. These cameras are freaking bananas.
Yep.
This one I'm looking at is $10,000.
Yeah, that's on the cheap end. Go. You want to find another really expensive camera brand? Look up Hasselblad. HASSELBLAD, I believe. Like Hassel and then Blad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
3,200 or 1,000.
yeah. So Brandon, when you see a photo on the side of a building, that's what it was shot on. And the reason is because it's like 100, sometimes 100 megapixel sensors. So there's just so much information being captured that when you blow it up to the size of an actual building, there's still detail and it looks, somewhat good.
I don't even know if my eyes have that many pixels.
Your eyes don't, but when you blow something up, you need it. Really, that's what megapixels are for. Megapixels are all about cropping in and making things bigger than what they originally were taken at.
I want to see a how it's made. I want to see a how it's made video on this shit, on how these lenses are being made.
There may be. I know, yeah. I don't know. They did a lot
That
of
is-
those back in the day. I will randomly pull up like a how it's made video on YouTube and fall asleep to it. It's the
Dude, I
best,
love
dog.
it. That was, you knew it was time for bed when that shit was coming on back in the day.
You just hear the ding, ding, dong,
Yep.
boom, boom, and then
Oh.
it's like, in the spring factory, the iron ore is first collected from the mine. It is brought into the furnace where it is melted down to a workable material. The workable material is passed into a mold where the springs. Tell me that's not
Mold,
spot
bro.
on,
That's like
bro.
that's like the second most used word on that show is mold.
It really is, yeah.
For sure.
Dude, this
Oh my
lens.
God.
These happy little critters are jumping down the conveyor belt. I don't know,
I
say
definitely
little
remember
things like
something
that.
Hatch, this lens alone is $71,000.
Oh, you
Holy
want to see
shit.
even more expensive lenses? Go look up
This is
broadcast
on the
TV
moon.
lenses. What they use on sports cameras. This is me just teaching you guys how expensive my shit is right now.
Brando, this one says on the moon since 1969.
Oh, yeah, see? It's real.
Yep.
All right.
So, that lens, I don't know why it reminded me of the movie Secret Life of Walter Mitty. You seen that with Ben Stiller?
Yeah. No. 100%. What? Okay.
No, well because
I think I've seen that movie like once.
because he's on a mission to find the artist or the photographer, right?
Yeah.
And he finally finds him on the mountain trying to capture this rare animal, and I don't know, it's just such a touching moment of like he's got the animal in sight, and he kind of like looks away from the camera, just watching the animal, and Walter Mitty's like, "Are you gonna take the picture?" He's like, "Nah, these moments sometimes I just take for me." And he just like lives in that moment. It's like, that's what I like. I don't know.
I
It's
feel
just-
like a lot. Dude, there's so many moments like that where I'm
Okay.
like, oh man, I could have a camera out without a
Okay.
doubt.
Do you know how much fucking shit HK would give me if I was like, yeah, Edmonton Impact won, but sometimes these moments are just for me. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Marky.
no,
My
absolutely.
bad, dog. Like, that's not
Yeah,
how media
no.
works. What the fuck are you talking about, Brandon?
he's a famous
If you're a
photographer.
photographer, you
He's
take
able
the photo.
That's
Yeah.
more of
If you're an assassin, you
Art.
take the shot. If you're a photographer, you take the shot. We do the same thing.
to. Okay. Good point. Good point. Assassins.
Call me Agent 47 the way I be capturing these shots, dog.
Oh, I'm writing that caption down.
That's kind of a bar. That's kind of okay. There you go. I got you.
That's really good. Yeah. Hey, patent pending, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
patent pending.
Yeah.
What, vocal patent or something? Vocal trademark? I don't know. I'm losing it. But yeah,
That's the
guys, whatever the fuck topic that just was, we're off it now. So,
talking about the
World
cameras.
Cup, how was your guys' World Cup? We talked mostly with Mike last week, and we kind of talked about the pro side, but we didn't talk about you guys, DMG's event. I know you guys have a whole bunch of stories you want to share, so yeah, get into it. Feel free to take the show away. I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
Absolutely. Like, one thing I want to iterate with, it was fantastic meeting everybody that enjoys the show. Tam Fam, Marcelo, it was absolutely fantastic meeting you guys.
Marcelo Margot listens. Oh, we appreciate you, dog.
The real Marcelo.
The real Marcelo, that's what I like to
Real.
say.
Can you please
Thank you,
stand
Brando.
up?
Yep. And so let me just say, one, the Airbnb, pretty sick. When you have so many goddamn people in a house, dude, there's no way you go the hotel route. Airbnb is just
You guys
the fucking
almost kind of
way.
live Fishtank. I just realized that now.
Dude.
There were so
A
many.
small
Holy
mini
shit.
version without a Frank Castle, but we'll get
No,
to that
you're
later.
absolutely right, because there are like different groups where there's like the upstairs and there's the downstairs and there's the kitchen
The
and there's the
penthouse
outside.
boys,
The
and
kids' room.
Yep,
Yeah.
the kids room. That was
You guys had the
that was
yard,
pretty
the
lit.
den, the lounge. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Dude, I didn't even realize that. You're dead on accurate with that statement.
There wasn't just cameras in every corner of the house live streaming to the internet the whole time, but that's a small difference, really.
No, it was same, but different.
All right, well,
But,
continue, please.
Yeah. So, let me just say, our D4 team, bro. This is such a crazy story to think about. If you guys ever heard of this thing called, I know you guys have, but the Dead Man Walk.
No, Hatch, what is a dead man's walk?
So, thank you for asking, Ryan. I'm glad I could educate you. So, the Dead Man Walk.
Never heard of this term before.
Is basically when you're not out, but you kind of gesturing that you're out. You're looking out, and you're just like walking all the way through the field, not really giving a fuck, kind of looking out, but you're not shot, not eliminated, not calling yourself out completely.
Well, so the key is to look as nonchalant as possible, because if you raise your gun, now you're calling yourself out, and you have taken yourself out of the game. If you shoot a player, now it's a minor, because you've indicated to the other team that you are hit. But if you just nonchalantly walk, that's not breaking any rules.
Nope. But he was like walking, and he had his gun at like an angle, like pointed, like almost at the halfway point, but
not. It almost could look like he's just kind of walking off, like his markers towards the ground. Yeah.
I mean, you know how some people, they just like kind of like wave their gun like this, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but do you get what I'm saying, Hatch? Like, there's a difference between doing that and like gun up, hand on your head, like stuff like that is indicating like, hey, I'm a dead player.
I like the word you use, nonchalant. That is completely accurate. So he was just so nonchalant about it, walks through the middle of the field and just hits the buzzer.
Does he even kill anyone, or just go straight up?
Just walk through and just hits the buzzer.
Who was this against?
Our D4 team.
Oh, it happened against them? Oh, God. I thought they did it against someone.
Oh, man, that was pretty brutal, right? But let me tell you.
This is why you shoot everyone, kids.
No, ready for this? They actually, the point before that, they got an overshooting warning. Right, for warning for overshooting. So then they're like, I guess they're like,
D4 team did?
Yes, my D4 team definitely got overshooting warning.
When telling stories, Hatch, you tend to just throw out you or them or he sometimes, and it can get confusing. So but the D4 team got an overshooting warning, so the other team decided we'll take advantage of that.
I think that is how that ended up playing out. Maybe, I don't know if it was completely intentional, but the team that the D4 team was playing, sure as shit, they do a dead man walk, and I'm like, holy fucking shit.
It kind of seems that way, circumstantially.
Right? So, I think that is like, what is the, because they were like, oh, the rulebooks say you can't fucking do that. And it's like, what? I don't even know what the rulebooks say when it comes to that. Do you know, Brando?
I'm looking right now.
It says what I just said. You can't indicate and call yourself out as a live player, because then you have called yourself a dead player, and you are a dead player. Yeah. But if you just walk down the field, there's no rule saying you can't do that. And if no one shoots you, no one shoots you. But again, it all goes back to how you do it. Because once you raise your gun up, once you put your hand on your head, like once you do moves like that, now you're kind of on the fringe of like what's, I don't know, not really cheating in my opinion. Yeah. Also, I think Brandon froze. No, he's still there.
He is hyper-focused. Jeez. He was I saw the pixels buffer out for a second.
I swear I read once that, yes, the dead man walk is illegal. Like it specifically
I think
states
it's illegal I think it's illegal in the way that what I'm saying, Brandon.
Because
how are you going to make a rule against someone walking?
You're right.
Valid.
But if you make a rule against someone claiming they're dead, i.e. putting a gun up, doing the things I listed, that makes total sense.
Yes, because you call yourself out.
But if that player literally just got off the start box, put his gun kind of towards the ground, and walked down the field, shoot him. Like that's on your team. You gotta put balls on him and make sure he's out.
It's so funny because they got an overshooting warning right before. So that is just fucking funny that
I see what you're saying.
If they really got intentionally dead man walked, where they're like, oh dude, they got an overshooting penalty, let's dead man walk, let's try it, let's send it, boys.
What 45-year-old dudes are playing on that team though, by the way?
Some fucking studs. Let me just say,
old school paintball shit. Let's be real.
Some fucking studs. Because if you have the balls to dead man walk, dude.
Oh, it's high risk, high reward. You either get nothing out of it or you win the whole game. There's
it's such a risk, because it's like, are you going to let your team play 4-on-5? Just in case if you do get roasted, because it's like, that is just. I am letting a guy. If a guy walks through the middle, I'm letting him have it.
You're letting him have it. Also, let's be real. How many times have people like came around a corner on you as you're holding a lane, and you still just put one into them randomly?
Yep.
Like, it is the fact no one put one ball into this man is insane. So
it's funny you say that, because I remember there was a match we were playing, and we were up on the team, low time. They're running at us, right? And a ref is running right towards Brand, like kind of running out to go check. I think it's Caden or something in the snake, or Paul. And Brando's shooting like the snake gap, and the ref runs past him so fast. Brando goes, "Oh shit!" Just immediately spins on him, just like starts shooting at him. He's like, "Oh," and then just like snaps back on his job, because it's like that quick reaction when you're in that high pressure situation. Dude,
Brandon,
you're blasting anything that moves.
And
he was sitting down in his little hut, and he heard footsteps coming in, so he had to,
Fucking shoot.
see if the claymore was going to work.
Shoot. And
Absolutely, you shoot.
That might have been when I got my overshooting warning. I got an overshooting warning. It was fucking bullshit.
On the ref.
Hey, wasn't me though. Was not me though.
Yeah, I point ends.
First time,
and
only time.
God, yeah.
No, the past 2 tournaments have been good. The past 2 tournaments have been good.
For you, yes. Yeah, Hatch has been good.
So, you know what they say. Look good,
I feel like
play
Hatch
good.
is so proud. You're almost like a drug addict, Hatch. You're like, all right, hey, it's been 2 tournaments. I haven't overshot anyone, so
it's
steps
like
to recovery, all right? You can't hate me. And it's like, don't look at the 7 years of violence you committed before that.
It's like the addict who's now sober, so he has to let everybody know that he's sober.
Yeah, it's funny. We have 2 of those.
Coin?
Dude, we have 2 of those on the team. We have Hatch for overshooting, and we have AJ for penalties. They let everyone know, hey, it's been X amount of tournaments since I've blah, blah,
You
blah.
guys need at Capital Edge put up one of those boards that's like, it's been so and so amount of days since Hatch has been pulled on a penalty. Or like,
we should
do the same thing
definitely
with
do
AJ.
that, bro. It's 0 because I got a penalty this past event, but you know what I'm saying, right? We start somewhere.
Not throw it up on the board. No, that would be great.
You're absolutely right.
But yeah, so I guess back to the Airbnb. Did you guys have any crazy things going there? Because you kind of mentioned it on the live show, but there's probably a lot of people who are tuning in who are unaware. You guys had a huge place. Like you said, the D4 team was there. You guys were there. Sacramento Storm was there. How did that work out with all parties involved?
It was chaotic, without a doubt. But overall, it was good because, let me just say, shout out to my girlfriend Tegan and Caden's girlfriend Sabrina. They would cook for us, and that is like detrimental when we're like constantly like working for impact. Like we're coming back home when when it's dark outside, and they're like, the food is ready for us. They're like,
I remember,
they go out
I think
shopping.
It was either Wednesday or Thursday. I was talking with one of you guys, and you're like, yeah, so and so already left. I think it may have been Hatch because he's like, yeah, Tegan, she already took off. She's actually going back to, like make a meal for everyone. And I was like, that's nice as fuck, bro. Like, because that is one of the most undervalued things when you're, everyone on the team is like, you're busy all day, not having to go out to somewhere, just being able to go back home and like have food ready for you. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, one less thing you got to worry about.
And that's one thing where it's without a doubt what I would call like the FOMO sacrifice, right? Obviously, I would love to hang out and be with the boys, right, and hang out, but a job needs to be done. People need to be fed, right? Just like how with like a Walmart run, we need a Walmart, like people need to go get water, right? Sure, I can go and have fun, but there are things that need to happen in order to function on a semi-professional team. So
true, and that's usually why, I mean, like you make a point there, Hatch, but also to kind of counter that point a little bit, that's usually why there's a person who's in charge of that. There should be,
absolutely.
And it shouldn't be Cedar. You know why? Because Cedar needs to put his gun on the field and shoot other people. So he shouldn't be worrying about, does everyone have their water bottles today? Like, that's how, that's why most pro organizations work very efficiently. It's because there is someone aside from the players who is managing, taking care of things like that. And of course, every organization is run a little differently. You have the dynasties, the Fits of the worlds who have like their whole teams behind them. They've got a lot of organization and people helping them. And then, you probably have ML Kings, probably a little more complicated, probably a little more chaotic, but still is people who are making sure, all right, we got paint here, we got water here. And it's not Hatch, it's not Brando, it's not the people who are going to go on the field and try to perform their best while thinking about that shit.
And that's one thing that we definitely have to practice at next season, at being more efficient with, because we are god awful at it, right? We are constantly working, constantly busy, which, builds character in a way, but
I feel like all you guys should wear Whoop bands, and we'll see all you guys get like 6 hours of recovery.
Holy shit,
like your recovery is going to be miserable every
They
event.
would expose us for the lack of sleep that we get, dude. Oh my god.
And then you guys wonder why you go, 1-3. You want to win games, you need sleep.
We went 2-2. Let me just say,
2-2. Okay, that's an improvement.
We doubled our wins for the whole year.
Ass.
That is an improvement.
But still,
technically 2 is greater than 1. That is how math works, Hatch.
I ain't lying about that.
You're just getting very defensive about it.
No, you're right about that. But one thing I do know when it comes to math is that 2-2 sucks, right? So one thing we just gotta tighten up on, right? I think the first day we just shit the bed. I mean, dude.
Penalties that very first game.
The first match, right? So
God, you guys have said penalties all year long. Stop getting fucking penalties. God fucking damn it.
This one was crazy, right? So we have a breakout. We lose the snake side pretty quick off the break, and then it's like me and Ev on the Dorito side. I get shot, and then it's like a 1-on-2, not in favor of Evan, right? So he tries to make a move down the Dorito side, ends up getting a major as the last body, right? And so, quick math. Now we got to start down 2 bodies off the break. So
that
then
is,
the
that
next
is
point,
what that quick math is.
right?
Yep.
Dude, any kind of competitive match where you're similar in skill with them, going against 5 of them with 3 is a death sentence unless you shoot 1 or 2 off the break.
Nah, you got
Right.
it.
But you know what I'm saying though? It's
Nah,
definitely
you
one of
can
those
do
things
it.
it's an uphill battle.
No, why are you
so-
being unconfident, bro? You got it. It's all good. 3v5.
Well, I'm talking
Hashtag outside every day of the week.
I'm always confident, but I'm talking past tense. That could
I
already
know
happen.
it's.
You
I
know
know
what I'm
it's
saying?
just fun to
I'm
fuck with you.
Come on, boys, let's fuck this shit up. It's like me, Marv, and Paul, and then Marv gets shot off the break, and I'm like, well,
I was
fuck.
gonna say one step off the box, someone dies. Like,
Right, so then at that point, like really quick, we're immediately like,
Let's just blow
well,
the towel.
shit, down 0-2, right? Yeah, blow the towel, right? And when you're starting a game 0-2, it's pretty hard, right? And then I'm pretty sure we won 2 points quick,
Yeah.
right? And tied the game up, and then the air stations go down.
Oh,
The
yeah.
air stations
Yeah,
went
you guys
down.
mentioned this briefly.
We were. I am literally like, I shit you not. I go, they're trying to ice us because we're coming back. We were trying to ice us because we're coming back. And, dude, we were sitting there for 30 minutes with no air, just kind of sitting there waiting for the match to like go on. And I'm not gonna say that's the reason we lost. Like,
No.
right then they won a point, then we won a point, and then they won another point, right? And then they finished the game, right? So overall, they beat us, right? Shout out to Cheeky's Totems. We got good group of guys, right?
Which should have beat him, and then he would have went 3-1. Then he could have played on Saturday. Or
Exactly.
Sunday. It's actually,
Right.
you could have played on Saturday because that's the way the stupid World Cup event works.
Absolutely, right? And that's one thing where we fucking straight stepped on our dicks because if we don't get a major and we don't start down 0-2, dude, that's a whole different game. That's a gift. That's a 2-point gift that we just gave with a bow on top of it.
We got 2 majors that game. Yeah. I got one.
That's 2 points.
You crazy boy! I did not
Right?
know that, bro.
Or was it?
You got a major?
I think it was. I think it was against them, or maybe it was against P-Mob. Maybe it was our second game.
Huh?
Shit.
Trying to
I'm
remember
conflating
what-
both. Whatever.
How did you get a major?
Yeah.
Dude, I was in I was in like our Snake 4, and I knew there was no one behind me. Paul's like somewhere in the middle. I don't know if
I
he's
didn't
looking over
notice.
me, and I like head check down the wire. All right, cool. Like he's not direct. He's not in the 50, and he's not like poison with me or whatnot. I think. And so I look inside, but my gun is facing the tape, the outside of my bunker. You know, just in case he comes, I'm pulling my trigger, and that's what happens. As soon as I look inside, I hear something, and I pull my trigger, and he shoots me, and I shoot him, and he immediately starts calling for a penalty, and the major goes up. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. I ref's discretion of being not a turn, a spin, but I don't know. It's rough.
I mean,
Like,
plus, I don't know if you remember, he threw another major on them because we sent Caden off the break to the snake, basically to their snake off the break, kind of where you have to round their side to where it's really hard, and he's like waiting on their side, and the guy crawls around not knowing that Caden's there. Caden shoots him in the loader, and the guy shoots Caden, and then he's like, what the fuck? And then the guy throws a major, then we win that point. So it was definitely
Okay.
a back and forth match when it came to majors that match because there were so many penalties on both sides for that match, for sure.
Do you even know what match it was? Are we
That was
talking the
P-Mob.
Tiki's game or
That was
the
the
P-Mob
P-Mob.
game?
No,
Okay.
second
all
match, P-Mob.
So yeah, mine was against P-Mob. Never mind. So we got one major
Yeah.
that first game. Whatever.
Yeah, so, but, I mean, that's just
Also,
the thing that we need to
Ash,
fucking tighten up
you
on.
mentioned earlier, but going down 0-2 is hard to win a game like that. No, it's not. You can fucking beat Edmonton Impact like that. All right, just gotta have confidence, believe in yourself. You'll win next year.
No, I'm just saying that past tensely. Obviously, I have the complete confidence in the moment to do all that shit completely. Right, I'm down to play 3-on-5. You won't even catch me flinching in a 3-on-5.
Nah,
right?
we even went out there with 4 bodies once on accident. There was a
In the
miscommunication.
P-Mob,
That doesn't fucking help
the
either.
That was the P-Mob match. I remember.
Was it? Okay.
I remember Marv. He was pretty. How would I say? active about like something that was happening, so he was definitely loud about it, you know. But his name got called for the line. He didn't hear it, and they're like 10 seconds, and obviously you can't fucking call a timeout under 10 seconds. And then it's like, well, shit. Now 4 on 5, and we ended up winning that point.
I don't think we lost. I don't know if we lost a body.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I think we were four up.
Yeah,
locked in.
I remember, dude. If I'm being honest, that layout, that little mini W on the Dorito side, bro, I was a fucking sentry gun over that little nipple. Like, it was so hard to put you in on that side, because you could just, like, if they put you in on the wire side, boom, you're just going to come up over the nipple, like, slightly at an angle to where the pin blocks you out, and you're just going to be dumping paint right there that they have to go through, and they can't see you. So, without a doubt, I think that this layout was overall really, really fun. I got to ask Jason Trojan a lot of questions about, because I was talking to him for about 10 minutes, just kind of picking his brain about, yo, what goes into like these layouts? What are some factors that for this layout you played into account? And he was like, you know, bounce shots are definitely a thing, and so I try to avoid putting those cans in the insert bunkers. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of the 2 on the snake side, the 2 on the Dorito side, because they angle so well into like the back center and stuff like that. And he's like, I want to make sure that there are people get alive off the break, right? If you're a really good shooter, you can definitely hit the shot, right? But usually you're going to be able to make your primaries like kind of snake off the break kind of thing, unless you're a really, really good shot. So I thought that it was really cool, because he was also saying how, people want to watch the game develop. People want to watch a 5-on-5 game, and then like people get closer to each other, play happens, bang bang, and like that's the game of paintball, right? Just more appealing to watch. So I thought it was really cool with Jason Trojan picking his mind about it. So
yeah.
Shout out to him.
Speaking of bounce shots, I'll give you kids one for free, just because the story behind how I found out about it was pretty funny. So I'm watching the Houston Heat game. They're playing one of their prelim matches, which was in the Champions bracket. So they were already in. It was just fighting for seeding. It was one of the early games, too. I think it was on Thursday. Connor Kelly's in the snake. Someone calls out that there was a guy in that little mini W on that Dorito side. So there was a guy sitting back there. And then he comes, puts some pressure on it, and the guy comes to start to like fight him on the inside. So he pops over the top, puts Connor back in. Connor shoots off the home right on into the fucking bunker. So from the snake, I think it's either the 2 or the 3, one of those juice boxes. If you shoot off the home, it'll just slide right on in there. And if that guy's playing on the inside, he's gonna take a ball to him. But it was funny because I remember watching that happen, and he shot that bounce shot, and I like look into the stands. There's like 3 or 4 other pro guys right there, just like, like that works. Okay, take that down. And later on in the weekend, actually, I was talking with Trent Mason on Sunday before their semifinals match. We were just kind of shooting the shit for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, you know, like, oh, did you see that? Like Connor was shooting that one off the home, and he's like, yeah, dude, I don't know why he did that. He's like, I mean, yeah, we already knew about it, and some other teams already knew about it, but like, it was it was Thursday. Come on, dude. Like, we're not giving bounce shots out like that early. So, yeah, it was funny to hear. But that's totally how the pro division goes. You know, they're all kind of, even though they're playing and trying to win matches, there's still stuff that they're trying to hold on to just in case they make it to Sunday. And, you know, because, fuck, if you can pull it out for the first time in a semifinals match, it's so much more powerful than pulling it out for the first time in a prelims game.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I've heard that from playing with the Ironman, you know, the OG Ironman in the woods, from Weasel, Dave Cook. He's said it all so often when I'm like walking fields with him. Yeah, he's thinking, he's like, all right, this looks like it's gonna work, but I'm gonna use it once we make playoffs. It's like, all right, like, yeah, we got to get there first. Like, I mean,
yeah, but he's kind of because these old dudes in their brain, they're thinking like, you can get a guy up here to the 50, but we're not even gonna try to risk that until it's later on in the event. So that way, no one's ever seen it, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
There's a route.
Yeah, and as I've going into semi-pro, you know, playing these 2 years, it's like, yeah, let's hold on to this. Like, I don't want to show this because, yeah, people are fucking watching.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
as you go up in divisions, the more scouting, like, it only grows and grows. People are scouting in D5, D4. It does take place, but it's nowhere near as you start to get up. I mean, hell, D2, it starts to become very serious. Semi-pro, every team is out there kind of looking at their opponents, seeing what their tendencies are, what they're doing, watching the live stream if that's available. So, yeah, it gets more and more serious for sure.
Yep. At practice, like on the like for this one, where like the Thursday practice or whatever, or I guess Wednesday practice for Cup. I'm walking around and I'm watching Russian Legion practice. I'm watching Blast Camp practice. I'm watching all these teams practice, right? And they are very nonchalant about doing their bounce shots. They're like, they'll a point will be done. They'll pull out their gun, shoot maybe like 20% of a loader at a bunker, and that's how they test it, right? Just so no one else is really watching. That's how they do it so nonchalantly. And me in my mind, I'm like, note taken.
And I've seen that a couple times where like guys will see how a field's set up at the event, so they'll want to try a bounce shot, but they don't make it a big deal. Because at practice, I've seen guys have been like, "Hey, like, can you shoot this bunker? I'm gonna see if it comes in." They'll yell across the field, dude. But at practice at the event, it's always like in your pits, you're talking to them like, "Hey, man, just run out to that bunker. I'm gonna do it real quick. We're gonna see if it works. Let me know if anything comes in." And then it's like they run out to the field. Oh, everyone's got their goggles on. All right, cool. And shooting a random bunker. You good?
Yeah.
No? Cool. All right, let's get off field. And it's like, it's that quick. You don't want to let anyone, extra potentially see.
Yeah, give me a caca if it hit. You know what I'm saying? So very, very, very nonchalant. That's what we got.
Bird whistle.
Doing. Yep. So, yeah. But then
it is funny you bring that up too, because that kind of reminds me of like the old days of paintball, when a lot of the ways that like divisional teams would, they wouldn't necessarily study their division, but they would watch the pro teams play that same field layout. Because back in the day, like the old MPPLs, there'd be the 6 different field layouts, and you'd have to play every single one over your prelims. And so it would be very cool to kind of see like teams, like guys would tell stories of like, yeah, we'd set up to watch Dynasty play the JT field because we were playing right after them, so we'd want to see kind of how are they breaking out on it, how are they doing on it, which is kind of we have the same layout now, so it is kind of similar in that aspect, but it's different in the fact that they aren't playing the same exact fields anymore, and so there isn't that kinship of like, I just saw Ryan Greenspan make this move, I want to try to make this move. Does it work in D4, or does it work down here?
See, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
You're not
correlate.
Greenspan.
Right? The other teams aren't doing like, yeah, if you're D4, D3 team watching the pros, maybe some might work, but a lot of times like the other team isn't doing like the same job or as the other pro teams. Like you're gonna get some some D5 kind of shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Well,
it's kind of funny because it's a metaphor you hear about in a lot of like ranked video games, but like take the top players in Valorant, let's say Sentinels, they're a pretty good team. Take them, put them against guys who are similar skill level. It's going to be a very competitive game. It's going to be very close. Maybe it's like a couple randoms. Like, yeah, they may win, they may lose, but it's not going to be like this super crazy skill gap. Put that same Sentinels team, the pros, versus like the Irons, literally the worst of the worst players. It'll be definitely a lot more gapped, but those Irons are still going to win rounds. And the way they're going to win that is just by doing stupid shit that as a pro, you're like, what? No, you shouldn't. Okay, you killed me, but you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's not the successful, answer. Chess players talk about it all the time. Like, low-level chess players will sometimes get wins just based off that, where it's like, what? Why are you doing that? Okay, shit, now my whole plan's fucked. Okay, I was not thinking that you'd do something that stupid.
It's funny you make that analogy, because without a doubt, we've made that Valorant analogy a ton of times because how accurate it is. Sometimes when a guy is just fucking blitzing to the snake 2 miles an hour slower than fucking Alex Goldman, you're just like, I'm gonna move my paint a little bit, and then he runs through it. It's like, oh well, fuck, moved on a little bit. Sometimes you're already anticipating something that's not gonna happen, if that makes sense. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
My brain is a fucking muck.
You're going A, B, C, and D. Like you're going in order. And
yeah, except they're choosing Z.
A, B, yeah, exactly.
Z, like, fucking absolutely.
What the fuck, dog? You just skipped G and H. Like, come on.
What the hell did you get 83? Like, what the fuck?
Like, without a doubt, there's sometimes where we're reffing the CPLs, right? And obviously, it's a layout we just played semi-pro in, right? So very high level competitive play. And then we are seeing some of these D5 teams break out. Bro, what the actual fuck?
And it works too. That's the crazy thing too. Like, like maybe let's say, because I've seen this where you guys at an event, it'll be like, look, you can get short out to the snake side, but if you try to go to the corner, you're just getting fucked every time.
Yep.
And then at Supel, it'll be teams consistently getting out there, no pressure in the world.
People are
It's
running to the corner,
what the fuck?
over sliding it, running around it into the 50
not
snake.
even sliding, bro. They're running and gunning. They're pulling up. Like, they're not even trying to get there. It's, oh, yeah, dude. I've seen some of the craziest stuff, like, at regional events like that.
Absolutely, and some of the really funny shit is when people are like, Hatch, check this shit out. And they make a crazy ass run and they fucking like eat shit. That's happened once at the CPL.
If you're on the sidelines for like a D5 tournament and anyone ever says watch this, watch it. No, seriously, watch it. It's gonna be a very bad, cringy thing you're about to see, but it's gonna be entertaining at least.
Or it's either gonna be what you just said, right, where it's like a bad, cringy thing, or dead ass a 5-pack. Something fucking insane.
But again, no in between. Because that's how D5 players are. It's either the best shit you've ever seen in your life, or it's just something that makes you feel like, oh, wow. Like
I'm like watching it, I'm like, damn, why is everybody looking left?
Oh my god, can I say, oh god, that happens all the time. We're like, is anyone gonna look at the snake? No one's looking at the snake. No one's even gonna try
I've played
to
this
stop the snake.
layout. I've played this layout, so I'm like, I know this guy can see this guy and this guy, so I'm like, quick maps, look right.
Yeah. Well, and also too, when you play it, you're like, all right, the snake corner. I know you have maybe one shot on the inside, dog. What are you doing? Like, protect the wire. Do something helpful. No, dude, okay. Random thought. I saw this on Reddit today. Made me want to put a gun in my mouth because I'm fucking old and we're all done, guys. Do you know what this post was? For verbatim, this post said, quote, "Hey guys, I've seen the name Bob Long on a lot of paintball markers before. What does that mean? I don't know who that is."
Wow.
We're that old, guys. We're that old. People are coming into the game and don't know who the fuck Bob Long is. That's sad as hell.
I feel like I see completely why. Like, is anybody? Hey, when was last time you saw Bob Long at like a event?
I mean, so you're right from that namesake, but even if you take away the person, the name, the markers that he made for decades, hell, Field 1 Forces are Bob Long markers, by the way.
But people don't know it as Bob Long.
No. The Field 1 Force itself was literally developed from the Onslaught. They took his upgrade drawings that he wanted to do and just brought it to life. Now they've definitely made some iterations. I know they have the V2 of the Force now, but like, that's literally still a Bob Long marker. So yeah, it just made me sad because, I mean, dude, when I was entering the game, Bob Long markers were the shit. G6Rs are still like my grail of a paintball gun. I would love to have like a really nice functioning working one. But you know what? I'm going to spend my money on other things because we're still living in Biden's America for like another 60 days. Had to sneak that one in.
So, you know what, Ryan? Look at what I just sent in our little Instagram group chat. That's what I saw at the Capital Edge anniversary. Just when it comes to a little bit newer things that I don't know if people have completely seen yet.
Is that the Dragon?
Yes.
The new Dragon.
That is the Dragon Force.
They did announce it at Cup, so it's been like announced out there, but probably many people haven't seen it like out yet. It's been in small numbers. My only problem with it, it's not the Dragon G6R. Dragon G6R, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful markers that we've ever had. And so yeah, that's on my grail. You know, if I can find one of those markers, I will buy it. Yeah, I want one. But yeah, so it's always like, new milling today will never be what it was in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, but like early 2000s, mid 2000s ish era.
It's definitely evolutionized, right? Because now it's, you know, Twister and I'm
gonna be honest. Hey, look, okay, Twister, you have the best private label milled markers that exist today. If it was 05, people would think those things were dog shit. Let's be real. They're really not that special. They have the very cool kind of like rippled wave milling on them. But dude, go back and look at like a fucking Dragon Intimidator, or go look at some of those old milling jobs they were able to do on some of those. Absolutely insane what some of those ended up looking like. Some of the Dark Angel LEDs, yeah, there were some crazy milling jobs back in the day. And it all does come down to they had more to mill away back in the day. The blocks were heavier. There was more aluminum surrounding the gun that they could just cut down on to get an intricate design in there. So Twister does a great job for what we have today. It's just, it's never going to be like what it was back in the day, you know, just because the markers have become so much more smaller.
Underrated milling. It was on an axe, but I think it was in the Infusion, I think. where is that what it was called? Where it almost looked like a fucking metal pipe. It looked so sick. It was like all smooth body and everything. I had to try.
I don't know. It's an axe, so it sounds like shit.
Whoa! One of my first guns. I spent all summer saving all my money for an axe one summer.
And then you traded someone an axe plus cash, and you got whatever you wanted.
No, I sold it to one of my old teammates. I was like, hey,
do you guys remember that era?
My grandson's getting into
when like
paintball.
09 PB Nation, where literally you could post anything and the trade offer would be, hey man, I got an axe, I can throw some cash in too. Like it was like, no, I don't want your shitty fucking Empire axe.
No, now it's honestly like a shocker amp plus cash. That's like the new one, you know.
That's what these kids know nowadays.
Or just like the OG shockers from like what was that, 2016? The shocker.
Those were not great. Yeah. Right, they like brought the marker back. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what reminds me of like the axe plus cash, like rejuvenated.
Damn, that was my that was my first gun that I bought brand new. The
I'm sorry.
RSX. Yeah, it was that versus the G-Tech, and what the selling point?
Up.
I damn straight I did.
Which G-Tech? Like the new, like the 160?
The first no, this is still macro line. Like this is the first G-Tech that came out right after the E-Tech 5.
After, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it was like before they got the like 1.6 in, right? That was still because it was like the 1.5, then they made the E-Tech 5, and then I think this was like the like upgraded E-Tech kind of.
Yep. Yeah. It went from made a middle end spool gun. And yeah, I bought the shocker, and it was nice and everything. I was like, fuck, I kind of wish I bought the G-Tech.
I mean,
but it's all right. Now I'm shooting plenty of clips. So
I will say
those shooting that.
Those early shockers were just not great. Early DLX guns were not great. I mean, not early.
Like
I just mean like that mid
Lux.
2000s were, or mid 2010s for them was kind of rough. They definitely have gotten them a lot better. I will say, like the TM40, the Idol is their newest marker.
Yeah,
they're fucking awesome. I mean, it's a 2024 paintball marker. They're all great. Like
I remember when the Lux OLED was like the thing. That was like the biggest platform, was like the Lux OLED, right? Because the Lux 2.0 came out, but it didn't have a screen, and then the OLED came out. Screen, whoa, crazy, right? And,
welcome to the Lux experience.
But it still talked, right? It would still talk even when you had the screen. So I thought that those guns shot so cool when I was younger. I was like, oh man, this is what like a pillow shoots like, you know? If I had to like rack a pillow. That's
and then you shot an LV2.
Well, way behind his time.
No, I know, but like, dude, when it comes to the absolute smoothest of smooth shots, I don't know if anything's beaten LV2 in my head, dude. It's buttery smooth. That thing is insane.
Honestly, all Planet Eclipse markers are just so fucking high performance.
They are,
now.
but I think, dude, just the CS3, it's a little more crisp.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
No,
like
it is. Like I felt like the
GOR5?
GOR5.
That one.
I haven't shot that one yet, so that
would
would make
one,
sense.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's what I would say. That gave me the exact flashback of what I was just talking about with the very first time I shot like a Lux 2.0 OLED, where it's like, oh, dude, it is so
clouds.
soft.
It's what people
right?
say,
and,
like a perfectly tuned 3.5 feels
yes,
like.
And maybe that's why I think I like my dialed in CS2. Like, I love my Betsy Boo, my tank so long, bro, because it just feels like I just have that, perfect recoil behind it.
I don't know if you can say dialed it. Brandon, did you clean his marker and like the rag was able to drop by like a whole bunch of pressure or something? Wasn't that Hatch's gun? Like
it was. I've cleaned it several times, and it's like a old beat up. I don't know cars, but it's a old like
he's got a 97 Chevrolet Silverado.
Yep.
It's great. It works.
It's chugging along.
Corvette.
It is
78 Corvette.
Not anymore, but I'm
no.
sorry.
I honestly, dude, I think I am in the need of an upgrade. I have been talking about this, and I've been like kind of bouncing around on what I want to use. Maybe GR5. What do I want? I don't know. I still got to talk it up. Talk to as many people as I can, get some reviews, because I don't know.
I feel it. I'm so biased towards the LV platform. I mean, the E-Tech was like my first real like big boy gun, and there's just always a love for Planet Pocket Poppets, and the fact that they at least still make one in the LV2, even though it shoots nothing like the Poppets of old, is Dude, I remember I would shoot my E-Tech 4 with my grills on, and I'd just be deaf, bro. Like, I couldn't communicate. I couldn't really do anything. It was just fucking loud. Just loud as shit right next to your ears.
That's when you developed your tinnitus. Yeah.
I mean, I do have tinnitus. It's either that or trap shooting as a kid. But yeah, one of them did it for sure.
Oh, like, dude, I remember like hearing, because obviously I went to a very small paintball field in Fresno when I was growing up. Right, there weren't very many tournament players. There were a lot of people that were using old school egos. Like I remember the very first time I went out, I saw a '07 excessive ego.
Nice.
And I thought that shit was like, and he's shooting it, and it is like, and I'm like, that shit is so sick, bro. Dude, the louder it is, the harder it shoots, bro. You know, and I was like, that shit.
Honestly,
is just
he
awesome.
probably was rocking like 11 or 10-inch barrel back in the day too. They had some shorties.
Without a doubt.
That also, that's the one thing barrel length does help with, is just because the porting lets more gases off, so it quiets the shot a little bit. Not a lot. It's not like significant changes, but it'll bring the shot sound down a little bit.
Yeah, and I just remember he's clacking along, clack, 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 and he was like, yeah, this, you know how quiet she is? This is the hush bolt. And I'm like, that's just still loud as hell, but so cool.
But that's also like, dude, now imagine communicating when you had 20 of those things going off on a field together.
Yeah, so that it's just
and now
so
you
insane.
see why 10-man communication didn't exist.
I mean, now
or 14 when you had 77.
Yeah, and now it's like the guns are so quiet. Like I got to watch the Golden State Chess Club play 10-man and stuff like that. Way different now. Guns are actually kind of quiet. Where when the first like 5 minutes of the 10-man game kind of plays out, and still like 8-on-8. Still gets kind of quiet. That's when you start hearing all the communication. Then kind of can tell how quiet the guns really are when not all of them are rolling at once.
It'll come down a bit. Dude, I gotta give a shout out to Point Approved Memes. They've been doing some fire memes from Cup. I'm pretty sure that's who did this one. But they put out a meme the other day where it was like, some kid, a tipman can't be used as a competitive marker. And then the response was like, my son, you must study the ancient texts. And it was a picture of a Tipman Effect player dunking someone with his 98. Dude, shout out those guys back in the day. I don't know how they fucking...
That was like
I do,
Ion
because
days,
they weren't Tipman 98s. They have modded the fuck out of those things to make them at least, usable.
I really want to see some footage of that team Tipman Effect, because I'm just trying to picture...
There is. Literally, just look up Tipman Effect. There's 100% footage of them. Yeah.
All right.
That's the greatest thing about our sport. You can find footage from anywhere. You just got to Google long enough. Trust me, it's out there. I've made a couple history videos. Just enough Google and Internet Internet Archive, you can find it. It's out there.
Because I'm just like trying to picture, someone just, playing a competitive paintball match at like, what was it? At that time, what was like the fastest balls per second? Was that like 15?
No. MPPL was semi uncapped.
Semi uncapped.
So you can shoot as fast as your marker can
but that's
shoot.
like 15 balls per second on average, right?
Angels were shooting like 25.
Okay.
In this era.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm
like if you had a back player who was laying into his paint, maybe had a cheater board involved, you were shooting 20 to 25 balls per second.
I'm trying to think of like how the fuck a Tipman 98 shoots that fast.
Well, it's electronic. Like as you said, it's modded.
Have you ever heard, not the E-Blade, I forget what it was called, but like I know the A5 you could put an electro trigger in, the 98 you could put an electro in, because I used to look back at it way back in the day. Here, I'll send you the clip hatch. But yeah, no, and then the Cyclone feed was a really cool invention by Tipman. I gotta kind of give them their props on this back in the day, because everyone else was starting to use electric hoppers to feed quicker, and so they were trying to figure out a way they could do that with keeping the cost low for like their entry-level consumers. So that's where the Cyclone feed came from, which takes some of the blowback pressure from that bolt coming back, and it moves the hopper, so it gives you some type of forced agitation without using like any batteries or anything else extra on the marker.
Interesting.
Which actually, like, that's kind of a cool way to like make a better system, but also not add on like electric shit. I don't know. Yeah. I thought that engineering was cool.
Was that the JT Torque? Is that the kind of same idea from the... Do you guys remember that? The JT Torque?
Potentially. I don't remember that one off the top of my head. But yeah, I know like the Cyclone feed, that was the one for Tipman. There was also like the Q loader back in the day, which essentially you just put a pod onto a loader and it would push all your paint towards it. But the nice thing about that is then you wouldn't have you've never seen a Q loader?
No.
Don't tell me you've never seen a Q loader. Look
I've
up a
never
Q loader.
seen-
Type into Google paintball Q loader.
Yeah.
You're about to see
Paintball
one of the wildest things you've ever seen. You know what I'm talking about, Brando?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a P90.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Or like a
on
PP
some
Buzzin',
guns.
dude.
Yep,
yeah.
yep,
Or you can just,
yeah, depending on your COD. Yeah.
yeah. No, PP Buzzin', baby.
What
That's
the
my
fuck?
shit.
A fucking noob tube?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's a Q loader,
What
man.
the fuck is this?
Yeah, so it's essentially you would put a pod into it and it would have like this device that would go through and like push the balls towards the loader and then feed those straight into the feed neck. Almost kind of similar to like the strike loader, which was that backpack that would have the same thing where it'd be this long tube that you would connect to your feed neck and then the backpack would push balls up into it. Yeah, a whole bunch of wild shit that people try to create in like the mid to late 2000s
I
into
gotta
the
get
2010s.
back into like the more recreational side of this because this shit is sick, dude. I gotta fuck the tournament side. This looks fun as shit, dude. Having one of these, just going out in the woods.
Run around. Yeah.
Yeah, Q loaders are the shit, bro.
Cool.
You know, maybe I think I'm just
You
saying
want to
that
put
because
sights on your marker? Get a Q loader.
yeah, I think maybe I'm just saying that because I mean this past weekend it was the birthday of Capital Edge, right? So it was the anniversary game that is pretty notorious around Northern California at this time of year, and that was the most fun I've had doing that in a long, long time because all the boys got to like play together on the same team. Usually they kind of like split us up because they don't want us to fucking massacre everybody apparently. And
Well, back in the day, Dylan Bloom went kind of hard at times.
right, so
Dude, all right, Dylan would take anniversary day as seriously as fucking he was just playing at Cup. Like, he would be going hard. Now, he wouldn't necessarily try as hard and he'd be drinking the whole day, but it would still lead to him absolutely shooting the piss out of people, and it was pretty entertaining to watch.
absolutely, and you know, we really set the tone for the day when at the very beginning of the day, I sure hope that pod was washed. We get a fucking twisted tea. We drink a fucking twisted tea out of a pod, and if one twisted tea ain't enough to do shit to fucking 8 of us, right? But it was the principle and the vibe was set. We're like, all right, today we don't give a fuck.
We're having
Right.
a good time.
And dude, let me tell you, bro, the amount of times that I was screaming medic because I was hit.
Yeah.
I was getting shot so fucking much. And there was one time where I got bunkered and I'm like asking for a medic. But yeah, we were all able to play together and it was just so much fun. There was a lot of people that I took my mom up there, right? My mom, she loves being around the paintball community.
Go, Mama.
So whenever she gets to go up, show her face around there, her and the Baines family are very close, so it's a very hootenanny up there. You know, Dave from World War Paint, him and her are always cool. So it was really cool getting to see so many people that have never gotten to play before. And Brando, it's a perfect segue.
Yep.
Tell us about
Yeah.
the noobs you brought.
I invited one of my coworkers,
Yellow
young kid.
Doctor.
Yeah. Not quite. He's a tech too, but he's like a young kid, 21, athletic kid, and just was always interested in it. So invited him out, and he brought a friend with him because it's like a 2-hour drive for him. Yeah, they loved it. Like, I don't know, I love introducing the sport to new people and like seeing them, like their eyes, like, dude, that was awesome. That was like war. It's like,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. It's
Fake
cool.
war.
Yeah, climbing up on the mounds and everything. Yeah, we're storming the beaches.
Yeah, it really is a different feeling when you kind of like. Obviously, this is fucking crazy comparison, right? But it's like you get like that feeling of like, you know, CQB combat where it's like you're kind of going around some shit and then like literally 2 little what are they called, hyperball bunkers away, there's a guy that's like, you know, you're ready to bunker. And it was just really cool seeing people for the very first time doing it. I've been so involved in the competitive scene of paintball, I haven't gotten to sit back and relax and enjoy it for what paintball truly is.
Yeah,
You know,
I
that family aspect.
yeah, I think that was, you know, for you for sure, and I think like all of us as a team as well, because we're out there, we're grinding damn near every weekend, we're getting in arguments, getting beat down at tournaments, and like, yeah, just let's let loose, let's have a good time as a family, you know. Yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely, and like one thing that I will never forget this experience, and I want to tell this one in very great detail. So, Cedar's wife Yvonne brought her mom, and that was her very first time. She very traditional Hispanic lady, very very nice. This lady there are times where she would come pick me and Cedar up from his house, and she lived in fucking an hour away. Come pick us up, then drive us to the airport an hour and a half in the other direction, right? So this lady is near and dear to my heart, right? She's definitely saved us, and she was like, "Oh my God, I've never experienced anything like this. It was so much fun," right? She's like, "I see exactly what you guys are talking about when you guys spend so much time together doing this," and it just really warmed my heart because Cedar said something that was, to me, pretty powerful. He's like, to do this, you have to be a family, and it really did put it into perspective for me where I'm like, damn, everybody here, I love him. I love my paintball team more than my own blood family, right? That's how much like these people mean to me, and it really did bring it up into perception for me, without a doubt. So it was really cool seeing her paintball experience for the very first time. She won a little hormesis for the giveaway. That was really cool.
The
they were
head
throwing
wrap?
out they were throwing out like a scintilla, and she got
Dude.
it. She looked pretty fucking gangster in it, so it was pretty sick.
We went out to eat afterwards. Me, Michelle, Yvonne, Cedar, and Yvonne's mom. And she did not want to take that off. She reminded me of you. Just do not want to take it off. And
Dude,
eventually,
hell no. Headbands at dinner, boys.
I think eventually Yvonne said, cause she had like just paint on it. She had still like a blob of paint on the top of her head, and she ended up taking it off like as we sat down for dinner. But yeah, she's walked right into that restaurant with it. She's like, yeah, that's badass.
Dude. Then for her, dude. I mean, for me. So I use this. If Cedar saw it, he would definitely know. But this legendary piece. This is a fucking ripped off sleeve of a storm shirt. And bro, dead ass, I'll put it on right now. Hold on. This is what I do with this bitch.
I think this was Marv's sleeve.
I put her on like this.
That makes it worse.
Put it on my head. Pull my hair.
It's a fair
out,
point. I don't think Marv ever wore it. I think he just cut it off.
Boom. Boom. Check me out. This feels right.
You look like a meme right now, brother.
No, dude. Let me tell you.
I already picture it. I'm looking.
I'm cleaning every single particle of dust off of my fucking house when I got this thing on, without a doubt.
He's Mexican. I told you.
That's what it looks like for sure.
That's what it feels like. So, dude, I completely get it. I feel like this is what I used to clean my house. Dude, buy HK. Check that out. Boom. So, yeah. Overall, the anniversary was absolute blast. So much fun. Oh, dude, I won this. I won a Rainy Stanzak jersey.
Oh no, not the Cali painting. It fell over.
Ah!
Oh, okay. The chair like fell over.
Dude,
Okay.
no way. This jersey was the perfect. This jersey was.
It was the
perfect weight.
counterbalance, bro.
Boom. All right, whatever. Right. So, but yeah, I got a signed Rainy jersey. So
That's fire.
Pretty sick. Grateful. Shout out to him. Got to play paintball with him all day. It was pretty lit playing with him all day. Not gonna lie.
That painting doesn't want to stand up now, bro.
Nope. What a sign. Miss you, Callie. That's my dog.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, anniversary
cool.
game, sick.
Anniversary sounded fun. Yeah, I don't get to go to those anymore. I didn't really get to go to them when I was there anyways, because every time I come back from Cup, I was fucking sick. So I'd like plan to go out and then never be able to actually show up. But yeah, usually they're a fun time. I just really don't give a shit at all about Sacramento Storm. I like a couple of the players on it, but a couple of them, they can just go rot in hell for all I can really care about. But yeah, so grats to them. Let's move the fuck on. Hey, let's talk about women that I do love that are in your guys' life. Tegan, great person, awesome person. Tegan had some of the best luck of anyone I've ever seen in my life.
Without a doubt.
This is insane. So, obviously, we've been talking about on the podcast. I've started to get back into the Pokemon things, kind of some nostalgia stuff from my childhood a bit. But, yeah, it's been fun to kind of get back into all of it and kind of, start to I don't know, learn about all the new stuff that's been happening, because there's been a lot of updates recently in it. But we've started to do some streams on an app called Whatnot, where we provide product for people to, you know, purchase from us. So we're starting to flip product. It's been a fun journey so far getting involved in all of it. I think we've been mentioned in the past, we've been starting to, you know, branch out to distributors and get wholesale pricing and stuff along those lines. So it's actually, you know, it's kind of a business thing that we're looking into, myself and Anthony out here. But we were doing a stream the other night. We were ripping open the latest English set, which is called Surging Sparks. And if you look into this set, if you look that set up online, there's one card from it that everyone is looking for. It is a Pikachu card, a EX card, so it's a big version of Pikachu. And this card currently on the market is going for about $500 raw. So just the card itself is worth about $500. If you were to grade it in a PSA 10, current examples on eBay have been going for around $3,000. So this one piece of cardboard is worth, is worth 5 figures if you grade it in a PSA 10. Now, we're doing a stream. We're ripping open packs of this. So we have a booster box. People are buying them from us. It's great. It's fun. Tegan pops on in and says, hey guys, I'm gonna grab this next one. She bids on it. The rest of the guys in our chat who've been kind of bidding on them, they're like, you know what? Yeah, all right, new person coming in. We'll let her get this one. You know, we won't try to like outbid her for it. We'll see what happens. Tegan pulls one pack and it's the fucking Pikachu. For $7, she earned a $500 card that is currently in the mail system and on the way to her. It should be there very shortly. But yeah, so it made me so happy that out of all the people, it went to her too, because I know she's not gonna just like instantly flip it and get rid of it. Like she'll probably hold on to it for a bit. She'll probably have it as like a funny piece to talk about.
She'll probably bring it over here to present it like right here.
Yeah,
on the
and it'll be the
podcast,
background of your podcast stuff. Like that would be hilarious. If you ever send it in to get graded and it ended up being a 10, that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, so I'm glad it was someone who actually is going to appreciate the card. So yeah, but that was the good luck that Tegan had. It was funny because Hatch wasn't even there for that. She just popped in by herself and got rewarded for it. So I was like, hell yeah, we love to see that, Tegan. Appreciate the support. But yeah, if you guys are interested, we have a link down in the description where we're doing the Whatnot stuff at. I mean, you can, you know, feel free to jump on. We're doing stuff all this week. As we get into Thanksgiving, I'm going to be kind of gone for that week. But as we get back all December, we're going to be doing shows. There's a new big set coming out in Japan at the beginning of December. It's also coming out in the English version is coming out in January. It's called Prismatic Evolutions, but it's literally pre-orders have been out of stock in every single location within an hour. It is absolutely, everyone is so hyped about it. So we are going to have some of the what?
How many did you grab?
So we that set's not coming out until January, and we are trying to work through an English distributor to get hands on that. But for the Japanese set that comes out at the beginning of December, we do already have a case ordered for that, so we'll have product for people who want to be able to get it from that. So that's a very hard question to answer because every set is different. Base sets, which are just normal, like Super Electric Breakers, Crimson Haze, just the sets that come out, they have 30 packs in a booster box, and this is Japanese stuff we're talking about, and those packs have 5 cards in them. For the high class sets, which is what this set will be, every year at the end of the year around December, they do a set which is called a high class set, and in that you get 10 packs in a booster box. But those booster packs have 10 cards in them, so you get about the same amount of cards. But the difference is each one of those packs have a guaranteed hit in them. And so a hit just refers to a card that, it's a special card. It's got a holo on it. It's got some kind of cool art or some kind of cool look in it. So the high class ones, they're always fun to open because every time you open a pack, there's going to be something cool at the end. So you always get kind of some excitement from it. But this will be the latest one for that. There is another special set, which is that's the term, special set. It's a different kind of set as well. I won't even go into that one. But yes, for the EV one, we will have 20 booster boxes in that first order. That first case is 20 booster boxes, and yeah, we'll be ripping it on Whatnot. If you're interested in it, you can come join us. We will also be putting some of those up for sale as well. I'm also splitting it with Anthony, so I mean it's 10 each. It's really not that much product at the end of the day. We're going to go through that pretty quick. That's 100 packs each. So yeah, we'll definitely be ordering more to get,
it sounds like a lot.
Everyone who's coming through.
it reminds me a lot of when people are like, oh yeah, we shoot 20 cases at practice, right? But then it's like, to me, you know, 20 cases isn't that much in the grand scheme of things.
No,
right?
it's
but
not.
to me, when it comes to
because you
thinking
think
of all
like
those
Hatch, like
packs,
you know,
it's
we're doing
insane.
like 3 or 4 shows a week. We're probably selling like 20 to 30 packs a show. Like if you know, that's 120 packs a week.
Shit's
like,
insane.
Yeah, like that goes pretty quick if you only have 100 packs. So it's like, you know, you gotta price them right, obviously too, because you don't want people to just get them way under market and then they're just flying off the shelves and you're making a cent for each pack. But at the same time, you also want to have them so high over market that you're not actually selling anything and people are upset and they don't really want to be buying from you. So that's kind of the whole balancing act, is finding where that sweet spot in the pricing lies.
Is it expensive to send them? Like how much is it to send one single pack?
I mean,
Is that just like you do it with like a fucking normal
that's
shit, like
also
a stamp?
that's also such a loaded question too, because it just comes down to shipping. So are you sending it as first class mail? Are you sending it as like priority mail? I mean, that's a
I assume
whole
that
different
depends on,
conversation
you
in of
decide
itself.
that depending on the card.
No.
Depending on the customer?
Again, yes and no. That's the thing. There's so many different variables that select which shipping I choose or which shipping is chose for me, because a lot of it is done through the website.
Gotcha.
Yes, if you buy 12 orders from me and you have 7 packs that you ripped that night, I can't send it in a letter envelope because it's going to be more than 3 ounces. So I have to put it in a bubble mailer and do shit like that. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha, okay.
This is the most boring podcast conversation ever. So that's why I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it.
Whoa,
but
I'm
yes, there
educated.
is
I'm
a lot
getting
of business
educated.
sides that, okay, but shipping on business stuff is not a great podcast topic. I'm just gonna say. And Brandon hasn't talked in like 5 minutes, so yeah.
No, honestly, I think Brando, you know what you should really talk about, bro?
What?
I have it in my notes.
Wasn't even really fully done with that topic, but all
Oh,
right.
my bad. I thought that was a cry for help to move on.
No, it's just a cry for like, I don't necessarily want to talk about business shipping because I don't think that's a good podcast topic.
No, you're
but I guess
absolutely right.
to finish it up, just yeah, we've been moving into that. I
think that is so
excited to talk
badass.
about it, but fucking okay. Yeah. You want to talk about Minecraft, Hatch? I know you wanted to talk about that. I had that right underneath this on my sheet. So
Absolutely.
you want to go into there?
Before we move on to that, you know, I wanted Brando to bring up one crazy thing that happened at Cup that we have a code word for. Brando, the brown elbow, dude. I have to make sure you bring it up because I can't.
Jesus. I mean, it was just fuck. It was just something impressive that I don't know who lucked upon it, but it was
Dude, all right, I'll say it, dude. This is disgusting. Dude. The fucking biggest human shit I've ever seen. That's it. That's just it. That's it. I'm just going to leave it at that. And that is it. It was so
all right,
fucking
great
insane.
story, Hatch. I'm glad you brought this topic up. Do you want to talk about Minecraft now?
Hell yeah. Right. So
What story is that, brother? You brought it up, but you don't want to talk about it?
No,
Like,
Brando
what
ain't
do you
giving
mean?
Brando ain't giving no fucking details, right? But dude,
So someone left a huge shit in a toilet. That's what I'm hearing this story
Bro,
sounds like.
It was so fucking insane. There were 30 people like going in and checking it out. People were like, "Why is everybody going to look in that toilet porta potty?" And then everybody would go check it out.
it was longer than my forearm,
Dude, it was,
and it was girthy.
bro. The girth was insane enough, bro. I shit you not. Like we had a couple code words for it, bro. The fucking bowel titan, the brown elbow. What's another one that we had? The mammoth's trunk, dude. It was a spectacle, and that's it.
I'm thinking this is one of those stories that like in person it's so funny, but like it just doesn't translate that well if you didn't see the bowel titan or whatever you guys were calling it.
Yeah, that's basically accurate.
Sick.
But
We need the
oh
picture.
my god, bro.
I mean, picture. Well, we definitely can't put that picture up.
No,
though.
no. We have a picture. Chim has a picture, but
Of course,
we
Chip
ain't got
took a
the
photo
picture.
out of everyone.
Holy shit,
Well, yes,
bro.
because Hatch is not allowed to have his coach's phone number because they
Absolutely.
cannot have direct lines of communication.
No, but let me just
that makes
say,
fucking sense.
it was crazy enough to where I have to say something about it. It was world record worthy.
And something's been said. All right.
Yep. That's it, dude. That is fucking it. I had to get that off my chest just to get it out to the fucking world. Like that shit could, if that shit was
Fair enough.
fossilized, people would be like, "Holy shit!"
I'm waiting for you to go to our next topic because after this, me and Brandon are going to finish out the show talking about Fishtank. So I'm letting you get a chance to talk about Minecraft right now. I'm giving you a warning though. In about 10 minutes, we're going to start talking about Fishtank, and we're not coming back to it. So here's your chance.
Fishtank.
If you want to talk about Minecraft, here's your chance. I'm letting you have some time.
No, here we go. Right. So as you guys know, if you guys are an OG fan of the podcast, I mean, fuck, probably around episode like 30, that was when we had another Minecraft server. But,
That was the first server, yeah.
Yep, but now, again, episode 121, we have another server up, and it is pretty fucking insane. We have so many of us playing on it. We got Wong, we got Brando, we got tons of my friends, my girlfriend's playing on it, Michelle's playing on it, right? So, overall, Brando dies a lot. I'll just say that.
Hey, I ain't got shit yet.
But let me just say, I have worked so fucking hard on it. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. There's no other
Hatch,
emotion
that's
I can-
like, you have a couple autistic favorites when it comes to video games. Minecraft is one of them for you, bro.
Without a doubt.
Because like when
enjoy
I
it.
joined that last server, you know, I spent a bit of time, but I spent a couple weeks going hard at it, and I was like, all right, you know, we got everything. I'm chill. Hatch spent like another month after that, still on that same server. This man already had the most fucking intricate, decorated, you know, like he's got cherry blossoms on this side, and then this wood is oak wood down here because that looks better. And then we come over here and we have half slabs that raise us up gradually to the level I want to be at, so that way the whole house seems flush and in level. Dude,
You're absolutely
does
right.
that server even exist anymore?
That
Like,
one specifically, no. But
no. Like,
now we have one that's even better. Without a doubt.
I've never been that in depth of a builder. Like, I like building some cool shit every now and then, but dude, that's,
You know,
Nah,
I have to
you
have
lost me.
I like to do an even balance when it comes to like adventuring, you know, because I'm a kind of guy where I like to adventure, you know, go do some trials, you know, go kill
I
some
don't
shit.
even really like to adventure. In Minecraft, I like to mine, bro. I'm gonna be honest, that's my
Oh, you're a
favorite thing.
miner?
I literally just like mining and finding shit. That's my favorite thing.
Definitely, and I mean, the cave exploring now is fucking insane because there's like huge caverns and everything that you can play in Minecraft. And oh man, let me just say, I showed Brando the server. What would you say? How would you describe it, Brando?
It's a lot more spread out with everything. How the collective is, right?
Yep.
The collective where everyone stores items and stuff for the community. Oh, I think you're muted.
Are you muted, Ryan?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's one of Hatch's most communistic ideas, but it works out.
No, dude, dead ass is
Communism
proven, dude.
works when it's 10 people. Any
Yep.
more than that, it starts to fall apart, you know?
Yep. The second that 11th person comes in, it's fucked.
It's fucked. Yep, 100%. It just goes
Right.
downhill.
So communism does work on a small scale when it comes to Minecraft, but
On a scale of about 10, any bigger than that, it's fucked.
and it can't be anything real. It has to be digital.
Even in that scale, people still steal at times, and it gets all sorts of messy and
Oh
chaotic.
yeah, we had a fucking thief on the server. I had to kill his ass. You know, I had to let him have it. But yeah, we're just having a great time making some crazy cool. How would I even describe it? Monuments? Just cool things in Minecraft, right? Like we have. I built a quarry.
Monuments, yeah.
Yeah, right. I built a quarry.
I like the quarry. Yeah.
Right, where basically have these redstone contraptions which aren't that intricate, right? But where it basically looks like a quarry, like we would go to, say if you wanted to go buy gravel from, you know, a real life place, right? There's gravel, then there's the granite chunks, and then there's everything. Everything's organized. And I put a lot of work and time into it, so I just feels really good. Ryan, one day I gotta show you.
Yeah, I'd like to do like a fly through.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of time you spent on that, man. That's, you know, I really
Absolutely. I just one of those
really
things
hope that works out for you in life.
Absolutely, it's one of those things that I just love to do. One of those things. I'm grateful for it. Paintball, Minecraft. That's some shit.
You should look into like interior decoration, like
You know,
interior decorating.
it's funny.
Interior design.
I was saying that while we were playing. I was like, damn, I could definitely be an interior decorator.
I feel like you'd like it. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Something's telling me that.
I think it's just. I mean, fuck. I don't know. Not as simple as Minecraft. There's like so many different. There's like thousands of different benches that people put in their house or whatever. So I don't know.
That sounds like a lazy take. I feel like you can learn that information. You would be the best interior designer of Fresno, man.
how do I even get it? How do you even get into interior decorating? Is that
I don't fucking know.
Is Minecraft the first
Be
step?
confident about it. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, next step. Minecraft's the first step.
Yeah, Minecraft
next
is the first step.
Get House Flipper. That's another game that's really good about teaching you interior decoration and
House
design.
Flipper?
Yes, House
All
Flipper.
right,
It's a simulation game where you literally just flip
Of course.
houses.
That's the Steam game?
Jericho plays it a lot. Yeah, it's a great game. But yeah, do that, and then that'll be like your next level up into interior decoration and design, and then
Where's that?
a couple
House
years from
Flipper
now,
2?
you'll be a $1 million house decorator or whatever the fuck. I know nothing about this industry. I am shooting from the hip here completely.
Dude, the fact that you said Jericho, so all right.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know
I'm not
about this is
too
because
familiar with
Tucker.
that.
All right, let's be real.
I'm not too familiar with that streamer.
That's fucking great.
You don't know? You
streamer or
don't know
YouTuber?
the Jericho II?
I don't think so. Maybe if I saw
Wow,
a picture
dude.
of him or like a clip, I'd probably recognize him.
I've literally been watching this dude since he was in his parents' basement in 2009.
Yeah.
I'm so bad
Welcome to
with
my
names,
fucked up
bro.
life.
I'm so bad with names.
And then he lived in LA in the first gamer house that ever existed. Shout out Gamer
Gamer
Shore.
house. Mm-hmm.
Fucking all the guys. Fucking Jericho. Fucking Golden
T.
Gloves,
Martin.
Tiny Penis. T. Martin.
T. Martin, holy shit.
Muzza
I do remember
Fuzza
that.
and Fuzza
Also, I
Muzza.
was gonna say, you shout out to Muzza Fuzza and Fuzza Fuzza, two fuckers who fell off the face of the planet. I hope they're doing good in their life.
I loved watching Syndicate back
I
then.
really enjoyed Fuzza Muzza's Final Fantasy 14 gameplay back in the day. It was the shit.
God.
Or I think it was like 12 or something. Goddamn, dude. The random machine. Oh, Brandon, speaking of, this is a perfect segue. Today on my YouTube page, I had, YouTube Home. It'll give you some thumbnails that they think videos that you'll like. One of them was just the Machinima logo, and it just said commentaries from the day MW2 came out. I click on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is literally commentaries from release week of NW2. The first one is a Hutch commentary from that week in 2009. Oh my god, bro. I'll send you the link. I know you're going to look for it right now. I
I'm
got you.
looking.
It's on my history.
Yes.
It is such nostalgia. It is so shitty. It is the worst quality ever. This man is stuttering and saying about 1,000 times in his commentary. But Brandon, something about it feels like home. I shit you not. I clicked on the video to kind of like, let's see some old MW2 sniping gameplay. 20 minutes later, I was still watching it unironically because I was just like, yeah, there's no ad inserts. There's no hype being crazy about things. It's just your friend hanging out and talking to you about some shit while gameplay's in the background.
Yeah, talking
So,
and they're very, really kind of quiet and
yeah,
monotone.
and mics
that was
were all
usually when they were
shitty,
like
and so
had to be quiet, because obviously they live with their families. You know what I'm saying, right? Where you just gotta be a little bit quiet because you gotta.
Well, not even like that. It was just the audio quality. It's like everything about watching this video just takes me back to being a child. I got you, Brandon. I'll drop it for you. Go check that out real quick and just let me know, like, watch a couple minutes of that first Hutch video. Just be like, what the fuck? And even the gameplay is so shitty. Like, really slow, boring gameplay. But this was this man's like, yo, this was my hype video I want to upload for the internet. The old Machinima logos at the front, which always feels good. That
Dude.
the like old sound effect.
I love that you could hear every
Yeah, it's all the
every breath.
Yeah, so I'm Hutch. I used to make Call of Duty videos, but now Modern Warfare 2 came out.
God.
So I make Modern Warfare 2 videos.
Jesus.
I
Christ.
still sometimes like one of those ones where like say if I'm doing something like playing Minecraft and I'll put something on my left monitor. I still watch them. Nade Shots Road to Master rank. Road to Masters in Black Ops 2. That was like, I
It's
just thought
funny
that was so cool.
it is funny to me too, Hatch, that you were also involved in the like gaming scene, and like I knew about Nade. I watched him play in MLG events and stuff, but like that wasn't really my side of the COD scene. And I feel like Brandon's the same way with me because he was more the I don't know, the Woody's gamer tags of the world, the
commentary
the T
gameplays.
Martins, syndicates,
I love
like
watching
those type
Syndicate.
of guys. All those old school like premier Machinima directors. Another one I watched a lot. I don't know where he went, but TDNR Frags. I know that guy was like he was like a
so
kid
he had
when we were doing
So
it.
he had a whole rebrand. He rebranded to his first name, Preston. That's just it. That's it. It's just Preston.
Nice and simple.
Pretty sure if you look him up
Brandon's
on Twitter,
also
it's
frozen.
just Preston. No, he's just really he's just in deep thought.
No, he's very much frozen in place right now.
He's like, who's my favorite Call of Duty YouTuber from back in the day?
But yeah, no, but dude, yeah. So there were so many goated players, and then the junkyards of the world, the junkyard quickie, where one of his teammates goes and kills all the other people in one round of search and destroy, and he uploads a 30-second video and fucking ruins everyone else's ad spend for the week. It's really annoying. Fuck you, junkyard.
You know,
I still blame him for taking down Machinima.
You little bitch. You salesman.
If he never uploaded that junkyard quickie, Machinima wouldn't have gone down that day. So that's one day.
Maybe that's a conspiracy that we'll go into.
Shit, can I just do the junkyard conspiracy? Dude, I'm an expert on that shit. We will get slides and shit up. And then at 11:55 a.m., Kyle Myers gathered these people into a group chat where they then decided to blame all of the problem on junkyard. Oh god, dude, the internet was better back in the day. Internet sucks today. I will stand by that 100%.
Yeah, God, it is. It just is. It was the Wild Wild West, right? Wasn't it?
Anything went.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to make a song parody, but you've never sang before in your life? Fuck it, throw it up. 20,000 people may watch it.
Yeah, you'll be fine. That CPM, you're making that YouTube money.
You wanna throw stuff in a microwave and make that a weekly series where you just microwave random shit? You could do that.
You know, one YouTuber that I think is funny as shit.
Shout out Woody's Gamer
such
Tag.
Wild, out of pocket shit.
If every Monday you want to tell 14-year-old kids how to jerk off, you could do that. These are all real examples I'm pulling up.
That's fucking crazy. You guys ever seen LA Beast? He's a guy who does
a name I've heard of, but I've never watched his content at all.
He does some fucking crazy ass videos. I've seen this one clip that I don't know the context behind it because I've never seen the full video of it. But he's like, "All right, guys, now have a great day," and puts his hand in a jar, and there's some fucking liquid in the jar.
How does this relate at all to what we were just talking about?
No, just remind, it's like an OG YouTuber. He's like definitely a
competitive eater.
I think he is a competitive. I think he does do competitive eating as well, right? But he does some crazy ass shit, like where he's like eating like cactuses or something, or cactuses. He ate cacti, like right off the fucking stem, and then drank and then ate like 10 bags of hot Cheetos after, or something.
It's still
crazy.
not as hard as what was that guy's name? Cody Johnson or something like that. The dude who let all the bugs bite him. The most painful bug bite scale. God, I can't think of his dude's name right now. Coyote Peterson, there you go. He's more hardcore when it comes to eating cactus and shit like that. That's what that reminded me of. One thing I was gonna say in the COD stuff before you jump to fucking random off-brand YouTubers hatch was the other side of that too was all the phase trick shotters and shit, which is I kind of skimmed that.
That's
side.
also what I was into for sure.
I would watch montages and shit, but I was never trying to get into phase lobbies and do trick shots with these guys because I was never gonna be that good.
I love watching them.
That's what I love. I really like doing that, like going into a lobby with 5 other of my friends and then just dominating the lobby with snipers and just going for a fucking crazy ass trick shot.
I was more of an optic boy rather than phase, but
for sure. But I would
but it's funny because what Brandon says sums up my whole play style to this day. I do not give a shit about my KDA. I do not give a shit about trick shots. I give a shit if at the end of the game my screen says blue victory. Because if I did that, that means you lost. Suck a dick. And where I learned that from was from Optic Hex. I'm not shitting you. I'll never forget the day when FaZe and all their trick shotting was blowing up, and he was doing a video where he was scoping with an M700 on backlot. He hits a clip, and then right after that, a dude runs at him. He didn't have enough rounds, so he pulls out the pistol and gets the kill. And I remember in his commentary to this day, he's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the clip. I just want to win the game." And I was like, "Let's go, Hex." Something about that has stuck with me to this fucking day, bro. So yeah, no, that Optic mindset of look, the win is really what matters in Call of Duty. That's always been how I've played it.
But when it comes to a fucking player, random ass pub match, I don't really give 2 fucks about a random ass pub match. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I do, bro. Oh, fucking Brandon left us for a second. God damn it! Now his thing's all fucked up.
Hey,
what'd you do, Brandon?
Gay. I don't know.
It's very gay.
Internet connection interrupted, and then no mo.
Do you guys remember that screen on old school Call of Duty? Connection interrupted.
Yep.
Like host migration and shit.
The Ethernet port being
Yep.
unplugged. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
That was like, okay, this is actually funny that we.
Well, yeah, because that's back when servers were hosted on people's Xboxes, and that's why host
Migration.
not host migration, host advantage.
Yes,
host advantage was the thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're
I
good.
remember
I couldn't think of the word either.
this clip. It was a trick shot clip that was funny. That I remember. I don't know who hit it, but it was like they're on high rise on the fucking crane. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. MW2, right? He's like jumps off, does a fucking 360 mid trick shot. Connection interrupted happens, right? To where it's like freezing it, does like the fucking loading screen again. Then it's like going from like 0 to 100%, right? You know how it would load up again, right? And then comes out of it, does another 360 with the insta swap, and then hits the fucking shot, and it's like, what the fuck? Dude, that stuff from back in the day, because that stuff doesn't happen anymore. It's like impossible to get a host migration.
I think
or anything like that.
for me though too, Hash, like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your 720p YY ladder stall, like, because honestly, to me, that's a luck shot. You're good enough to put yourself in a situation where 70% of the times you hit the shot. What is hype? What I love watching at COD and what gets me hyped up is when I watch Scrap fucking kill 7 guys in a row on a hardcore, on a headquarters game in CDL, and it's like those are some of the best people in the world, and he just shat on them, made him look silly. That looks sick. And I don't know. So it is funny. Like and again, maybe that's where from the content I consumed at a young age pushed me more towards that direction, where like I like the competitive win and like that side of it more than the kind of creative trick shots and all that stuff too. But those are, they're an art too, bro. Zergriz fucking blew up for a reason.
Yeah, I wasn't much of like a trick shotter myself. Obviously, sometimes a fucking 360. Obviously, when the opportunity arises, sometimes
I
you go
played
for it.
Snipers
Right?
Only's lobby,
Right.
lobbies before.
But,
yeah,
I think the thing is for me is that it was just doing little things to fuck with the other team.
I know. The way Hatch wins is just by trolling people.
Fucking sitting.
You are our Frank Castle.
Yep.
Oh, we don't like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who
you
that
don't
is.
know what that reference means, but it's actually very spot on. Tell me I'm wrong, Brandon.
What does that even mean?
Not
No,
as mean,
he's-
but he finds joy in other people being
Just
miserable.
fucking with you, yeah. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Yeah,
video
you see what I
games,
mean?
sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Yeah,
Yeah.
not in person.
No,
he's
no,
not.
no.
Yeah, not hassling people.
No.
I'm a prankster. I'm a prankster. You know me. So
But the line of prankster and troll is very. It can be very blurred at times. You know what I mean? Very very thin, faint line.
valid.
It's like a cunt hair, bro.
Valid. I would definitely say I'm more of a funny prankster when it comes to my teammates. But when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm a fucking troll, bro.
No, you're a troll in general. But so speaking of Frank Castle, going to Fishtank. No, God, it's gotten so great recently.
Some of the clips I've seen are insane.
Oh my gosh, it's been blowing up. So the only reason I use Twitter, literally the only reason ever, is for Fishtank clips. When the seasons aren't on, I don't use the app, but during the season I'll go in, if I can't watch live that day, and I'll, type in the fishtank.live hashtag and see what's going on. And there's been so much stuff going on recently. I don't even know kind of where to start. I know last time we talked in depth about the show, they were still talking about Famous House. They were still thinking they were on a Hulu reality show. That has been completely broken. By now, they know they are on Fishtank. Some of them had some adverse reactions to that. A lot of the original Fish left the tank after hearing kind of what it became. They told them.
Yeah.
They broke the illusion. And that was always the plan. It was to kind of slowly bring them in, make them think something else is happening, and then shatter that illusion and let them know they're in Hell House. That is Fishtank. But yeah, so it's been crazy. I don't even know kind of where to start. Between the paranoid schizophrenic black man who is jerking off constantly in the house and the methed out white dude who just had his Latina 300-pound wife come on the show and domestically assault him on camera, there has been so much gold that has happened within the last week of the show. So obviously, Fishtank is meant to fuck with people. It's meant to be a reality show that entertains people. It's not meant to be a fun and happy feel-good time. the way that they started to crack these fish, because obviously for that first part they were thinking it was a Hulu reality show, so they were very much gloves on. They were treating them, very, very kindly. They were helping them out a lot. They were making things happen for them. It was a very different environment as a whole. But now it has definitely come back to the fish tank environment, which is where chaos and, the Hell House kind of thrives. Recently, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, one of the contestants who's been talking a lot about his wife and his family, and he kind of was always bringing that up on the show. We got a chance to meet his wife. His wife came on the show. It turns out his wife and stepdaughter were very unhappy about the show and everything going on with it, and they agreed to come on. And proceeded to spend 4 hours doing one of 3 things: either yelling, assaulting her legal husband, and literally I get a slap or two that happens. For hours was raining blows, always hitting him, shoving him, pushing him around. Very clear this man's in a very abusive relationship.
He looked like a beaten dog, like a little beaten dog.
It was, and it's
I
hilarious
saw some of the
too.
clips. They were insane.
He's
bananas.
a little, yes, literally at one point she pulled her skirt up and made him stick his ass in her ass and say that's where his head goes or something like that.
His face in her ass.
Just absolute insane. Yes, sorry. Absolute madness of shit to be doing on recorded live stream for people to watch and record.
That is crazy.
But yeah, so I don't even know how to recap that whole section because so much absolutely happens. But after she does eventually leave the tank, Alex kind of decides, hey, I'm gonna stick around, I'm already here. They decide to leave. They're upset at me obviously, but whatever, we'll make it happen at the end. That's when our villain enters the tank. Later that night, Frank Hassel joins the tank for the first time. And if you guys don't know Frank Hassel, I am in such split opinions about whether I like or hate Frank Hassel. Frank Hassel is most popularly known for going to a famous YouTuber's house named Boogie2198 and trying to quote-unquote sissy hypno him. What this entailed was he went to his door and knocked on his door. Boogie showed up to that door with a firearm in hand and fired a warning shot into his neighborhood. Boogie faced jail time for this action. Frank Hassel got nothing, obviously, because he is just provoking people. That is what Frank Hassel does. He looks for ways that he can make people pissed off so that he can get a reaction from him. Look, I said it earlier with Hatch, and I was kind of joking, but truly, the way that this man feels the most excitement in life is making other people miserable. Just absolutely miserable. And production knows this. And so what they do every season on Fishtank is around the halfway point, they bring in Frank Hassel and they let him hassle the fish. And it is meant to be a difficult, hard, you're getting shit thrown on you, your stuff's getting messed up. All the seasons he's been on. Gotcha. But he is meant to be like a mini boss. He is meant to make your life so miserable here that you want to leave, so that way, people get eliminated and it eventually gets down to just one person remaining who wins the money. He was fucking with everyone, man. The kind of psychological fucking with that he did that was brilliant and beautiful was he convinced the jacked, gay, absolutely perverted man named Bert in the house who just wants to fuck every man who comes into the house. He convinced him that he is gay and that he is in love with him. So for the last 3 or 4 days, Bert has been doing everything Frank has told him to do because he thinks that at the end of this, there's going to be some relationship or something waiting for him.
Is Bert the black guy?
Yeah,
Bert is the big, tall black guy who is a paranoid schizophrenic who is constantly going on about rambling.
Oh, hey, he still has my vote.
Bert's stonks have gone down. Nope. I'm a patriot, not Tatriot. I'm thinking of Taylor. Tay-Lee. No, I'm a Peyton endorser, all right? We like Peyton on this channel. She's the best girl in the house. She's dope. We fuck with Peyton.
Cool.
But back to Frank. He is completely splitting the house apart. He is completely psychologically fucking with Bert because he believes everything Frank says, but he's completely lying to him, and we can see it as the audience because we have all the footage in front of us. But Frank has already started to get on a lot of people's nerves. He really got, it's hard to even explain what he does because he just gets under your skin. it's like middle school bullying level shit, where it's like, it's not physical violence. It's not like, yeah, he does fuck with your stuff and he'll break things and ruin clothing and stuff like that. But like, it's just the right amount of words for the right amount of time that I get it. I get why everyone snaps and starts hitting him.
Yeah.
And you know, because yeah, I'd fucking lose it too if I had this dude constantly, you know,
in your
hitting
face,
your buttons, trying to just poke the right little thing. And he also...
Is that the guy with the tattoo on his back?
The 9/11 tattoo? Yeah, that is him.
Gotcha,
yeah, that's Frank Castle.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
But what's funny too is he is very in tune to who he can pick on. It's very much like a middle school survival of the fittest thing. If you show him that he can get to you, he will be relentless and merciless and just keep coming after you. But it was funny to me, one of the females in this year, Binks, there was a couple times that he, like, one of the examples, he took an egg, threw it on her head, and, you know, like, got all the egg yolk and everything in her hair. She just started kind of laughing and rolled with it. She didn't get fucked with the rest of the time because he was kind of like, well, it's not really worth it.
Yeah,
like,
he tried once more with her luggage, and like it's the automatic luggage that you could sit down and ride, and she just like rode it away and laughing. Yeah.
And he was like, well, shit. But Bert and Alex and Connor and all these other people that took it super personally and got upset, he just kept nagging and going. Mizzy as well, one of the other female contestants today, he was literally sitting on her luggage and like breaking it. She was freaking out, having literally almost like, you know that yell when it goes from being like, I'm mad, to like, I'm having a panic attack, where it's like you can hear someone's voice change to where it's like, oh, now this is like, it's the next level of emotion we got to.
So that blood-curdling scream kind of?
Yeah, we saw that happen a couple times today. But the good news is for the fish, they spent 25 fish bucks today, and that is a concept we haven't explained yet. Fish bucks are a currency in the house. Anytime you win a challenge, you do something good for production, you make someone laugh, you have the chance to win a fish buck, and a fish buck is worth $100 in the outside world. And so once you're awarded a fish buck, that is yours. No one can take it from you. No one can steal it from you. That's just $100 that's added to your total. Once you eventually leave the house, you'll get paid out for those. But he was able to convince the fish, Sam Hyde, the guy who's playing Jason Goldstriker, the kind of the host of the show. He was able to convince the fish that if the fish paid him enough money, they would kick Frank off the show. So for 25 fish bucks or $2,500, they kicked Frank off the show tonight. And so his time on this season has come to the end. And the remaining fish who didn't walk out because of him, because a couple did, Alex, Connor, and I think there was one other who left because of Frank. They no longer have a chance to earn any of their money or any of that stuff. And yeah, so Frank's time on the show now comes to a close, and we go kind of into the act 3, which is not as crazy, not as hell house, but there's still always stuff going on. One of my favorite bits, they brought in a girl who was also in season 2 as a freeloader. They brought her back in, and one of the producers of the show, Jet, as a way to fuck with her in season 2, when it became about 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning, he would go up to her room and watch Minecraft commentary videos very loudly. He did this the other night. She's been in the house for like 3 days. The other night at 2 a.m., he was in her room watching Minecraft videos very loudly. And like little bits like that come through. Yeah, they do. No, but it's to wake the person up. Okay, never mind. That's not at all what the point of what that was, Hatch. But yeah, so little bits like that they always do are funny. Ben, Jet, and kind of Sam, the 3 dudes who kind of run the show from like a, scripting, kind of advancing the plot of the show. They do a very good job with us, or job with it. It's very entertaining, But yeah, man, so Fishtank, there's been a lot of stuff coming up recent. I know Brandon hasn't been able to watch live, but the way he does it is he goes through all the recap videos, which are always another good way to stay up to date. I know we talk about Cucumber Feet a lot, but one of the weirdest names, but does great quality recaps there. I mean, this season, they're getting to be like an hour and 10 minutes long from each day, because that's just how much shit is taking place and is happening throughout the days of Fishtank. It's been amazing so far this season. I would love to see our boy Scott get in the tank. That would be awesome if they brought him back maybe towards the end. Fishtank, Airsoft Fatty, we also have yet to see him in the tank, so that would be amazing to bring him back. The other day they did take Bert out to the blood game set.
Yes.
So that was the one that happened during the summer, and
it was great.
And our boy came back. I know we talked about him during the season 2.5 of Fishtank, but Xavier Ravenblood, one of the best actors I've ever seen in my life. This man has not broken character in 3 months of being on camera. And I don't know how, because Bert is maybe one of the most retarded people I've ever met in my life. He took 30 minutes, I shit you not, 30 minutes to select which weapon he wanted to use for this like segment. It literally, it was just so much pure Kino, great content. Yeah, I love Fishtank. It's always every time something new comes out, it's amazing. The only problem with doing a weekly podcast is there's literally just so much shit that happens week to week. It's impossible to like recap the whole thing on here on the show, especially when Hatch has no interest or clue in what we're watching.
Well, I watch clips.
I will say they've gone away from the cigarettes this year. Instead of the cigarette delivery, it's rose delivery. So that's the way you can kind of show that you support someone. But there are still people are smoking cigs throughout the house the whole entire time. Yeah, no, I love it. Fishtank to me is a reminder of that old internet that we were talking about earlier. That internet where anything goes, there is no rules, there is no limits other than, you know, don't harm someone. You know, obviously don't do anything that's like super illegal, but if it's within funny, you know, kind of off the collar type stuff, it's allowed to happen.
It definitely gives that vibe, just because like it gives me that vibe mostly just because of the way of the website looks. It's so old school that I'm like, damn, this. And
we've talked about it before, but that's one of my favorite parts of the Fishtank.live experience too, is the website.
It honestly reminds me of like
fucks my computer
like
up.
iCarly.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I guess like like the fake websites they would make for like the old Nickelodeon shows.
So extra, right? That's what it reminds me of. Oh man, that shit was so cool back in the day.
Brandon, do you want to talk about at all about this show? Yeah, it keeps cutting in and out.
I love you, bro. I love you, Brando.
Yeah, I'd love to. My internet's not cooperating.
That whole day.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it was.
Love you too.
I texted Brandon. I said, "This is probably day 21. That's the day. So if you want to go to Cucumber's Feet YouTube and watch day 21 of the recap, that is maybe one of the most chaotic and like
such a long period of time.
Maybe the best Fishtank day I've ever seen in all of the seasons. Just the content that randomly happens.
So chaotic.
Because that's the other thing too. Fishtank is not scripted. It's literally just people doing shit and what happens. So when moments like that are so beautiful and magical and funny and chaotic happen, it's this beautiful moment of like, it actually did the thing. And especially the guys like me who watch it live, that's the moment we're waiting for. That's why we're watching it live, is to try and see that next big amazing moment that might happen. So when they do finally appear, it's always great. Also, yeah, fuck that. My Binks is dope. All right, she's chill as fuck. She got blue hair. She's chill.
Yeah,
she's Cuban
and those
she's spicy.
That moment.
I would definitely date her.
Wife and immediately attacking Binks.
I've dated Cubans before. It doesn't go well, but I'm down for round two.
Very scary.
Completely attacked her. Yeah, she cool.
That's
She's
true.
Cool. Yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, but these people are doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can take this one.
Dude, because I swear, okay.
But
it's funny. This whole time we've been, you've been watching the show.
Yeah,
you never knew Alex's family, and so everyone's always like, "Damn, you're crazy, man!" Like
every now and then, my mind was like,
"I'm pretty sure his whole time in the fish tank was less stressful than just his everyday life."
I want that. Yeah,
there is no way this man isn't getting physically abused by his significant other every single day of his life. And when I tell you, it is the stereotypical like 5'8", 120 pound, or not 120 pound, like 150 pound dude. And like a 5'2", 300 pound Latina who is constantly out of breath. It is it is so many stereotypes wrapped into one that it almost you
sounds
almost think it's
terrifying.
fake, but it's real, and it's so much scarier than you would ever believe. She was literally like crushing him, like choking him out on camera,
Jeez, what
like
the fuck?
constantly physically assaulting him, other people in the house. Thank you for saying that. Literally 5 minutes into being there, she walks into this room, sits down and like get mad at Alex. Bed instantly breaks and goes through the mattress frame. She goes to the other corner. Bed instantly
yes.
breaks and goes through the frame.
She broke the bed.
It was like
What the
everywhere
fuck?
she sat. It
Completely
was so
sat down on the
funny,
bed and
dude.
broke the bed.
She had to at least be 300 pounds, man.
Oh my god. That she murdered 2 beds on camera.
And it's so sad because there was literally even a moment where Sam Hyde, and you could tell this wasn't Jason Goldstriker, this was Sam Hyde talking to Alex, and he's like, you know, I think the way that they talk about you, the
It
way they
is
talk about you,
disgusting.
you know, downstairs and when you're not there, like,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think they think you're really dumb, man. And I think they're just wait because he does have, apparently his dad is a very wealthy individual, so there's some inheritance he may get or something. I don't know the full story, but that's what he keeps claiming. And so, but Sam's like, I think they're just waiting to see if you actually get the money, and then they're just gonna take off with it. And,
Oh, yeah.
and I think Sam's 100% right, but he instantly was like, no, that's not what they're gonna do. What are you talking about, man? Why would you ever say that about my wife? And it's like, wow, man, like, you need to get the fuck out of that relationship. Like, it is gonna ruin this man's life.
Ride or die, bro. Ride or die.
Not that. Yeah. Go watch Day 21. Yup.
I want to.
Oh, so he's a fucking cuck.
I even want to say,
Oh,
like,
100%. No, yeah.
Nah,
He honestly,
nah,
the
you
best
gotta
thing
watch
he
that
could
clip,
do for his
Heck.
life would to be
Fuck.
stand up and say, fuck you, fuck your daughter,
I
get the
even
fuck out of my
I wanna
house.
say,
It would
like,
literally,
early
like, his
on, he
life
was talking
in
about,
40
you know,
minutes
that
would
he's
go
married,
from
but
being
they
better.
don't
But the
live
problem
together,
is
they're
he's so dug
separated,
in, like
they're
it's never going to
so
happen. And
there's
so, yeah.
something-
But
Yeah,
it's
cannot
very
be me.
sad.
Yeah,
Because
there's-
actually, I kind of like the dude. He was a funny guy. He had a good spirit. You know, he's kind of an upbeat dude. He genuinely kind of meant well. Like, he fucked up at times, but he seemed like a nice guy. But, dude, when you saw his fucking Dependosaurus who came in and started fucking terrorizing the house, it was just like, wow, man. Like, when you see your boy make that bad of a decision, you're just like, bro, please leave her. You're ruining your life, our lives. Stop. Complete change of character too. That's a great point, Brandon, because the second she came in, he literally was like whip pan to her and was like, oh no, and like everything
is
changed,
fucking
starts
terrifying.
cowering instantly, like 100% a domestic abuse
It was
victim.
not
And
the
it's
same guy
very
either.
sad that
Poor guy, bro.
You've been
that's
watching
just gonna
for
be
the
his
last 3
life,
weeks.
probably, because he thinks he's in a great relationship, and it's
Yeah, I'd be
he's
fucking
probably
out of
also
there in
not
a
the
second.
smartest tool in the shed, which doesn't help him either. So it's kind of like they do seem to be taking advantage of him. And especially the stepdaughter. There was this scene where she was literally standing on top of the stairs looking down on him, like talking down to him. And he like got on his knees and was like begging and saying, I'm sorry. And it was like, bro, that's your stepdaughter. Like, that's not even, there should be some level of respect there, at least to like not get on your knees. Like, I don't know, man. It was, you're embarrassing. I'm getting embarrassed for you, Alex.
God.
Like,
That guy sounds like he's a fucking tortured soul.
oh, 100%. No, and it makes like so much more of his personality made sense once you met her, because you're like, oh, your life's miserable. You
you're
every day
embarrassing
you
our
wake up
family.
hating your life, but you think it's great, and you don't realize that the
Your
thing
mom's
that
embarrassing,
makes you hate
dude.
it is
Jesus.
the thing you love. It's it's love. It's toxic love. It's very confusing and confounding place to be in.
Damn. Could not
Yeah.
be me. No,
Dude, it made me-
I would kill someone before that ever happened. Let me
It
just say.
made me realize that I'm like, you know what, bro? Being single's ain't not the worst thing, I could be dating that. Like, honestly, fuck it, dude. I don't need women. Not if it's that.
If that's
You're in a loving love.
Yeah, I just
not a
go,
toxic love.
get it done real quick.
if that
We got
is
Reddit.
your option, I choose death, bro.
There was also a clip of Bert. So when we
that's
say
out there,
birding off,
I'm
we're
alright.
literally talking about this man masturbating in the house. He does. He is a gay
Yeah, you
male
can
porn
just go
star,
in
and
your
he has
room
been
and
jerking
bird
off
off
in
all
the
day.
house the
Yeah,
whole
you're good.
entire time. It is funny because the production will literally put up a blurred box around him, and that's the like. All right, Bert's doing something right now. But there was one the other night where he literally
He's jerking off in the
moaned
living room?
Frank's name. No, he's in his like room at least. But
Okay, gotcha.
he literally, as he's like ending, he's like, Frank,
Yeah.
Frank, Frank.
fuck?
And it was like, oh my
That's fucking
god.
weird, bro.
Yeah,
What
this
the
is after
fuck?
he sniffed his shoe.
This guy
And
sounds
then-
fucking demented.
I don't know if I told this part, but Frank did before he left. He dropped the
In
ruse
his
and let
bed,
him know
yeah.
that I'm straight. You disgust me. You're a fucking pervert. You want to fuck me after knowing me for 3 days.
This is after
Completely
he sniffed his
breaks
shoe,
Bert
right?
down. Like,
This is after he sniffed his shoe.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, like psychological manipulation fucking with type levels of shit. And it was, dude, he lost it. There was multiple times they've been fighting all day where he's like,
dude.
again, doing that yell of where it's like past the like, get out, man, fuck you,
I felt
get out of
bad.
here. And it goes to
I was
like,
that's- Man.
like it's almost that like he's just having a panic attack, but he's yelling right now. It's yeah, it's Kino, it's Fishtank, it's beautiful.
You know.
Oh, yes.
One of my favorite things.
No,
the video of,
within a minute
today,
of meeting
right? I
this
think so,
new
yeah.
human being,
when he
Bert
met
asked him.
Xavier.
So wait, are we supposed to like
And-
bird off together or
and
something?
Xavier's, like, saying
and
something
Xavier, because
like,
he's in character, he's like, bird
about
off? What does that
them
mean? What's
being together,
bird
something
off
like
mean?
that,
I don't
and
know what you speak of.
immediately
And he's
Bert's
like,
mind
oh, it's
goes,
like a
"You
slang term for
wanna
like
bird
jerking
off
off.
together?"
He's like,
He
no,
goes,
we're not gonna jerk off together, Bert. And it's just so funny to see this man who will not drop his character and this just absolute freak of nature that is this autistic, gay, perverted man named Bert.
Fucking Bert. Damn.
Oh yeah. There was a couple bits like that, and again, there was literally
Oh,
they were supposed to do this little
I
like
love that he,
character
like, throws in a little
customization
back-
scene because it's playing on the
back into
RP
his,
stuff
like,
that was in
it-
season
isn't your
2.5,
mind-
and literally
like,
he's
your-
just
your-
supposed to
your
like
kind's
grab a
mind's supposed to put,
sword,
you
maybe
know,
grab a shield, put on
dots
a
together
helmet,
really
you know,
easy,
put on a
something
little
like that, or,
costume, and then they
being
continue.
autistic and shit.
I swear to God, they stand there for 25 minutes, and it gets to the point where Xavier literally just starts walking away, and is like, Bert, you need to come. Bert, follow me. Bert, we need to run. And he just starts running away from him, and Bert finally leaves. You can tell. It's pitch black now, yeah. And it was really funny because he was explaining like the background of Shitty, the city that Blood Games was set in, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
you can
he
tell how
was
much
like-
time has
he was
passed because the
'cause
sun
this whole
was
time,
setting
Bert has
and
been
it's pitch
thinking that
black
this is
now,
like
and-
some
and-
type of
and Xavier
like
has his
psychological
iPhone with
social
the flashlight.
experiment, or this is some
In
type of
character, but
test
in
or
iPhone
something. Like
flashlight,
he is in like paranoid delusions that this isn't the end. Even when they say it ends, they just go to another house and it continues all over again. And so he was telling him about Shitty, you know, and like the background, and there was people here and all this stuff. And he's like, well, where did the people go? Are they in house 3? And it's like, and he's just going into his like conspiracy theories about the whole Fishtank experience as he's doing this, you know, bit with Xavier. It's, oh God, I can't stand Bert. As someone who watches live, I can't stand him. He says the same 5 fucking things every goddamn day for the past 25 days, dude, and I'm annoyed of it, all right? Find new talking points.
Not a good guy.
Yeah, and his highs, very high. His lows are annoying as fuck, and they come all the time. But yeah, his highs are great. Also,
See,
there's
that-
great
I-
moments with like Sib.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I do want to say one of the things
because
about
I'm
Frank
not
Castle, and this
watching
actually
live
made me
as much as
view
you
him in a
are.
different light.
I'm
There was a
getting
time
the
he was
meat
like
and
attacking
potatoes of it,
Symbol
and it's
or Mizzy, or
hilarious,
one of the
and I love
guests,
it.
and they like ripped off his shirt. They like were, you know, almost pushed him to the ground and stuff. And someone on Twitter, they had the clip, and they're like, you know, like, how does Frank, you know, handle? Because I think it actually may have been the Peyton clip clip where she is just dropping left hooks into this guy. Vicious left hooks. Great throws. Shout out Peyton. That's why I really respect her. She can throw a mean punch. But Frank, after that, he goes on Twitter and he's like, look, I expect to get hit. I expect to have my shirt torn. You know, the way I'm fucking with these people, you know, like, I kind of feel like that is fair for them to get something back towards me. And there was a part of me that's like, okay, he gets it, you know? Like, at least he's like, look, I'm fucking with you. I know they're gonna fuck with me, so, like, I can't get mad if they rip my shirt or something, because, you know, like, that's what we're doing here. And the other thing, too, he said is, like, the biggest thing is I don't want to fall down, because then, like, if I fall on someone's knee wrong or, you know, something like that happen, an injury could happen. And he ended it with saying, and the other biggest important thing is I want to keep my cigarette lit. And if you notice in all of these scenes, he always has a cig, and he's always like trying to hold to keep it up and like make sure it doesn't fall over. So yeah, it's dude, I like that tweet because I was like, damn, all right, I kind of see you in a different light, man. Like, you see this, it's a job, you understand, hey, this isn't personal, I'm just trying to make your life hell so this reality TV show can like keep moving along at the rails. An agent provocateur.
Yeah. He's a good character.
Because that is the big thing too with the Fishtank is if you walk on your own volition,
like a full week
you don't get any of your winnings. You forfeit your fish bucks. You forfeit anything you were supposed to get during the show. But if you were eliminated, you get everything that you were promised. So like even if you don't make it to the end, but you won money during your time on the show, you still get that to you if you were eliminated off the show. So that's why they bring in the Franks and the things like that, is to make it to where like you want to leave, so it eliminates people, but also it's like there's that risk of if you leave you don't get anything, so now you have a reason that you want to stay, and it's just this really cool kind of conflict that it creates within the contestants themselves.
Okay.
Oh god, they did the Stanford prison experiment. Prisoner 3, yeah. The like,
so Hatch,
the warden and the guards, like, yeah. So they were essentially, if you haven't heard the Stanford prison experiment, they literally just took college students and said, hey, you're prisoners, you're guards, what happens? And like monitored it. So they tried to set up that same thing in the fish tank, and then continue, Brandon.
And the fish were yeah. The guards, prison guards.
Gotcha.
Prisoner number 3 comes in.
Yeah, and Bert was the Overwatch. He
wants to fuck everything that moves.
The prisoners can see him, and he has to radio down to the guards and everything, and what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
and then he ended up like, dude, Bert is so horny.
800.
Bert like eyes up this prisoner number 3.
Eight fish bucks, and that equals $800 real dollars to become an inmate in the Stanford prison experiment, so he could spend more time with the guy that he thought was a twink, which was prisoner 3.
Inmate. To transfer sides, and he gives them was it 200?
That day ends up coming to an end. They take the prisoners out. There's some chaos that happens there. Not all that much important for this story, but they finally take them out of the house. Prisoner 3's gone. 6, 7, 8, all the other ones, they're all gone.
Prisoner number 3.
So the fish they're milling about.
Oh man.
I think it was about maybe a couple days ago, because that was about a week ago they did that like whole thing. Maybe about 2 days ago, Bert with the same stack of fish bucks comes up to Sam and says, how much money to bring back prisoner 3?
Okay.
And so he goes up and says, and so he says, how much to bring back prisoner 3? And so he has his, I think this time it was like 5 or 6 fish bucks. And so he hands them to Sam, and Sam counts them, and he's like,
Yes,
All right,
but this is
we'll call
in the middle
Prisoner
of
3 and
Alex
see if
and
he
his
wants
wife.
to come
Like,
back for
all chaos is
$500. That was a couple days ago. Now
Bert's so
today,
fucking
he
horny.
talks to Sam again and says, "Hey, did you ever hear back from Prisoner 3?" And mind you, this is right after him and Frank got into a boxing match because they were the lovers' quarrel, they called it, because the lies that Frank told him and stuff. And this was right after Sam told him about, like, look, you knew the dude for 3 days. Why are you trying to fuck him? Like, you trusted him over everyone else. Like, you know, it's just giving him this good real life speech of, like, you know, where your priorities should lie as a man. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, so is Prisoner 3 coming back? And Sam's just like, no, we never heard back from him. Also, what did I just tell you about lust, Bert? And it was like, God damn it, man. So yeah, this dude just wants to fuck at all moments of all days. And it's interesting to see him in a house where every moment of every day is captured on camera in every room.
I mean,
also, he did finally smash the fan. I know we talked about this when we were first talking about the famous house bit, but the chat computer wanted him to smash the fan, and one of the contestants stopped him. They finally brought him the fan, and he smashed the fan, and all of chat rejoiced. It was a great day.
So can they see the chat now?
Smash it. They can never see the chat.
Gotcha.
The only way that chat can talk to them is through the TTS voices, and as well as like the toys they send them and stuff like that. And by toys, I mean like fish toys. So it's like, you know, the rose delivery. They had one where they were cuffing people together, which caused some great moments. That was one of the reasons Alex's wife was so pissed off, was because Alex and Binks got cuffed together at one point for, you know, 30 or 40 minutes, so they had to be next to each other for a while. Definitely has, like, you know, what would that be, insecurity issues and thinks Alex is gonna fuck every other woman, so like, you know, very never fucking should ever go. Why did he marry her? Why I would never ask that to marry me. I'd put a gun in my mouth. Probably, yeah. I hope he made a prenup, because if he does ever get that money, she's just gonna take all of it and divorce him 100%.
As he should, with her being his wife.
Also, the other crazy thing too, last thing about Fishtank before today, because Hatch has checked out of the show about 30 minutes ago. He's looking at his phone right now.
I'm watching clips of it.
You're gonna marry me, bitch.
He's been doing that on and off.
No, I've been watching clips of it.
No, you're good. The last thing with Alex. So Alex, as I said, he left the show. He is out. He is back into the world now. He has his phone. He's back on his social medias and all that stuff. The fans are trolling the fuck out of him already. Someone has already someone on Twitter posted a screenshot of his Instagram story. One of the fans reached out to him as Netflix, saying, "Hey Alex, we're interested in you. We'd love to have you on a reality show of our own." And this motherfucker bought it hook, line, sinker. He posted the email. He's like, "Guys, I don't need Fishtank. You know, like, I'm gonna be bigger than all of them," and all this stuff. So, just absolute Kino madness. I mean, this is why I love this show, because right now, I have it on my second monitor. It's always on my second monitor. There's 9,000 people just watching Mizzy cook some food, and Peyton and Symbol, and I think that's Jeff, just kind of talk and chat and hang out. But you never know what you're gonna get. It's always the beautiful nature that comes with the show when it's around. Every time it's live, I love it, and every time it goes off the air, I get very sad until it comes back on the air. I absolutely love Fishtank. One of my favorite pieces of content.
Yeah, I'm watching this guy get fucking beat up without putting a cigarette out.
Do you see what I mean, though? He clearly is like, he's like trying to move it around and like make sure it doesn't go out.
Without a doubt. This shit is fucking crazy. They're just like breaking everything.
Yeah, well, I will say this group of fish reacted the most violent to Frank. They all instantly were like, "Get weapons and try to hurt this man." Like Indian,
he'll make
Symbol,
sure
the Indian in the
group,
group, he instantly grabbed a plate, smashed it, and grabbed the pieces, and was like trying to stab him with it. It was like, dude, what the fuck, man? This isn't some horror film. You're gonna be okay. No one's gonna get physically assaulted or hurt. That is the line in Fishtank. There's no, no physical shit, but words can be said all they want.
Definitely.
Exactly. And what's funny too is like the way they react. Okay. Season 3, I think I could. Actually, I think I could survive in this one. I would definitely have, breakdowns. I would definitely have moments. I think any person you put into this house, at some point in time, you're going to break. Like, that's the point of the show. It's trying to make you break, but it's trying to see if you'll break and give up, or if you'll break and stick it out. No, season 2 house, because they all knew about the show, Sam, Jet, and Ben instantly were like, oh, we're gonna make you regret ever coming here. Season 2 was literally hell house. It was one of the most crazy experiences I've ever seen people go through for 60 days.
I would want season 2 house.
This season is a cakewalk compared to that. Like the Frank stuff they dealt with today, that was essentially like every single day in season 2 was shit along those lines. Remember when that OnlyFans model showed up for one day in season 2 and Frank Castle poured mustard and all this shit on her and she left? And she did get into a boxing match though. That was one thing she did.
Nice, okay.
She worked out. She actually dropped some haymakers. But yeah, dude, goddamn Fishtank, man. And the lore ever expands. There's always new jokes getting added. Yeah, God, it's miserable, it's fucked up, but I just love it so much.
Like, no.
Hell yeah, Fishtank, baby.
What, Brandon?
I open Twitter, I scroll down a little bit, and I scroll down a little bit, and I go, I do not like this shit.
Oh, that's one of the AI kissing videos. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. No. So that's.
I was like, what the fuck?
So that's actually been like Symbol has actually been worried because TTS has been saying that there's videos of him kissing men, and he's like, "What the fuck? I never kiss a man," and he's like getting all offended about this, and yes, it's so this started in season 2.5, but.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember
the stream, and they'll take AI and make people do things that they didn't actually do.
I fucking hate AI.
Yeah, and so one of them is kiss other dudes. So there's a clip. There was a clip from 2.5 where Ben like kisses Sam, and it's this whole moment. It's of course all AI driven, but they instantly leaned into it. They made it a joke, and they're like, "Yeah, me and Ben, we were making out the other day," and they showed him like a screenshot of it and stuff. But yeah, so no, that's not real. That's AI. But yeah, it looks good. I'll give you that. That one looks pretty good.
Rando's face is like, oh.
But guys, it's a gay show, okay? It's okay. Don't worry. It's a gay show. Yeah. As that also stems from an inside joke. During season 2.5, John, one of the original contestants, was about to leave, and as he's sitting there talking to Sam as he's leaving, he goes, "What's up with all the gay shit? Why do we have all the gay shit? I don't understand all the gay shit." And Sam just goes,
"Gay dating show."
Well, it's a gay show. It's a gay show, John. And so since that moment, all of Chad has always been like, anytime anyone asks about Fishtank, like, well, it's a gay show. Obviously, it's a gay show. How could you not predict that? But yeah, so
I see the fat chick with the skinny dude. Yep. I see him.
Yep. Go watch, please, Hatch. Don't look through YouTube clips. Go watch day 21. That's the only day I'll require you to watch from the season because it's just absolute insanity what happened during that day. Yeah. You're gonna play Minecraft after this? Obviously. Just put it on in the background.
We'll see. This shit's kind of getting me freaked out.
How is that a we'll see? How is that a we'll see? Out of everything I've told you? Wow. Okay. Respect, bro. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's wrap this show on up. Let's get on out of here. Before we do that, we do need a cool guy of the week from Brandon. Who's our cool guy of the week this week? Because PK stole your one last week. Did you hear that? They brought that topic up. Yeah. And we recorded on the same night, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because they recorded Thursday, and yeah, okay, well, all right.
Dude, cool guy.
Xavier, okay.
Cool guy of the week. Hey, yeah, it's been a long time.
We still don't know who that actor is, by the way, too.
Is that the cool guy of the week?
Yeah, it should be. I agree.
Xavier, what was it? Xavier
Ravenblood.
No,
that's a fucking
Xavier.
name.
Ravenblood. He was cool.
But that's the guy who
came up and
the character on Fishtank. His name is Xavier Ravenblood. But we do not know the actors. Remember when we had Scott on and I was asking him about this Xavier character? This guy never breaks character. He apparently even never broke character behind the scenes. So Scott never even met this dude or know who he is.
You'll like him.
So yeah, it's very impressive. It's it's past the point where it's funny, and now it's like, wow, man. Okay, this actually is kind of cool what you're doing. Pretty much at this point.
What a beast.
Yep. 100%. All right, guys. Well, cool guy of the week, Xavier Ravenblood. What is the code word of the week, Hatch?
I heard it earlier. I thought it was a very interesting word.
Wow.
Hasselblad.
Okay, that's the name of a
his
camera
name
company,
is.
but all right.
That guy is
Hasselblad. That was a
Xavier
very interesting word that I've
Ravenblood. He
never
is
heard
no
before.
one else.
Does it remind you of like
Hasselblad.
hassling someone?
No, it reminds me of in the SpongeBob movie when they are going to the ocean. They got like Hasselhoff, the Hasselhoff chest, and they fucking gets blasted out. That's what it reminds me of. But Hasselblad.
There was so many Hasselhoff references in early 2000s movies because I remember I would
Who
watch
the
that
fuck
movie.
even is David Hasselhoff? I don't even know that guy besides the SpongeBob movie.
He was a big star in like the 80s and 90s, but so that movie, obviously, the SpongeBob movie had that reference of him in there, and then also Dodgeball. Dodgeball randomly had that reference where he was the coach of the German team. And and then you've brought the
losers.
I forget his speech, but you know what I'm talking about. I always knew of David Hasselhoff, but I never knew who the fuck he was or why these references were always made to him. But yeah, that was the early 2000s growing up thing that always happened.
Definitely, that's funny. I totally forgot that reference until you said that about Dodgeball, because I do remember that they had like all more huddled around like a picture and like putting their hand on the
Dodgeball's
picture.
amazing, bro.
That is an American fucking
If you play
classic.
paintball, Dodgeball is very. We literally won the Ocho, bro. Like we're not far off.
We are Dodgeball.
Yeah,
We
the
are
Japanese
Dodgeball.
guys in the diapers all hitting each other before they go out to play, and like the Fashizzle My Nizzle team, and they're just fucking dude. God, so many great moments. We do have to bring the show on to a close though, because all of my lights are dying. So we'll stop talking about Dodgeball. We do recommend it over here. Go give it a watch if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
That was a code word of the week. That was a cool word of the week. I got to remind you guys to rate and subscribe to the show, whatever platform you're on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Drop a rating, drop a subscription. They help us out and make us look good on the algorithms. And it's completely free to do so. You don't have to spend anything, and you support us. I feel like it's the best of both worlds. Good trade. If you do want to support us, spend a little bit of money on the show, you can head on over to patreon.com. That's where you're going to get access to the show early, as well as ad-free versions and bonus content when it is available. We always put it up there for the Patreon, so that way they get access to it before anyone else. We appreciate all of our Patreon supporters, and it's always a good time over there seeing what Machine Gun Mike is going to drop in the hidden comments over there. It's a jump scare every time. You don't know if it's going to be good or bad. And then we also got the merch website, xxvthelabel.com. That's down in the description. You can find our collection over there. We've got the Mafia Production shirt, Stabbers Don't Get Stabbed shirt, the throwback, the throwback from the Sidelines podcast logo. There's a lot of great options over there, so head over to xxvthelabel.com to see those. And last but not least, our sponsors tonight, Liquid IV, liquidiv.com, promo code Mafia_Mafia at checkout, get 20% off and free shipping. We also got NECTR Energy, NECTR.energy. Promo code over there is MafiaProductions for a buy two get one free at checkout. And last but not least, Welts Clothing or weltsclothing.com. Head over there, use promo code FTS to save yourself 10% off. All right, guys. Well, that was all of our sponsors and all the things we had to get through. I think this was a fun show. We definitely recapped quite a bit of Cup, and got everyone caught back up on the things that we were interested in. And we had good audio this time, so love hearing that as well.
I'll think of more stories. I got 1,000 of them in the vault. You know what I'm saying? So definitely to be continued.
I was more excited about the good audio part. That's what I was referencing there.
Definitely good audio. Feels good.
Yeah, he skipped right over that, but I know you heard me, Brandon, because you said something about it. So we'll just act like Hatch's little interruption never happened there. For my two co-hosts, for Stephen Hatch and Brando Baird, my name is Ryan Mafia Moffat. This has been From the Sidelines, episode number 121. Somehow that number keeps getting bigger, and we will see you guys on the next one. Hatch, do that thing you do.
Bye.
See you guys later.